Yo, 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 yo. Thank you for joining us today. Apologies for being a little bit late. I actually meant to come on, bang on 9 o'clock, but didn't get a chance to. But look, what we're going to be doing today, and before we even get going, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get notifications every time we go live. But look, for the last few streams, I've been doing property on the African continent. I will look elsewhere. I will look at the Caribbean because you may or may not know. I did see something about there potentially being oil, them finding oil off the coast of Jamaica. So I'm going to be doing some streams about moving to the Caribbean as well. But as I started out saying, you probably saw, been looking at for the last few streams, I've been really focusing on property on the African continent, the whole thing about making a life for yourself as a man on the African continent. And I'm not going to stop that. I'm going to carry on doing that. Reason being, the reason why we're focusing on this is because, you know, we can talk about how life for black men is in the West. We can talk about that to the cows come home. We continue talking about that and bemoaning issues around relationships and all the rest of it, or we can simply do what Jesus done, or at least what Jesus told his disciples to do, right? Which was to try and speak to the people around you. If they're not listening, simply wash your hands, wash your feet, get back on your donkey, and go to the next town. Right. So we're going to be taking a leaf out of the disciples' book. At least as far as this channel goes, we're going to be taking a leaf out of the disciples' book. We've spoken our piece. People are not listening. So now it's about going to the next town. In this case, a different country. In this case, the African continent. That's where I focus on. And, you know, people focus on countries all over the world. But listen, if you're a black guy, if you're a black man, trust me, right? I've done my research. There's very few places you can go that's better for you as a black guy than a country on the African continent. Very few countries you can go. I've been looking at some other channels recently, not streaming as much as I used to, because I wanted to see what other people were talking about. You've got a great channel called International Passport. International Passport Traveler or Bro or whatever. I probably got the title of his channel incorrect. Forgive me if I did. He's a British guy, right? But he runs a very, very good channel. Lots of great discussions about men finding, particularly black men finding quality of life overseas, which is what I want to focus on. Quality of life. What does that mean? Quality of life meaning a better place for your mental state. Have to say that as number one, because if you haven't got good mental health as a black guy, then you haven't got anything. So that's number one. A safer place to have a relationship and put everything into that, right? So he's been focusing on all of that. His last couple of streams, he focused on the African continent. He focused on that, if I've got it correct. So I thought that's interesting, because most of the time, I have to say this, most of the time, when you look at a lot of channels, they're focusing on black men moving to basically non-black countries. I have to say that. So he's one of the only streamers that I saw that had some focus on that. So I found that to be quite interesting, So yeah, so that's my focus, for the foreseeable future, looking at African heritage countries where black men can go in terms of making money, contributing to the society, setting up business, all of that good stuff. And, the transition is going to be a gradual one. It's not going to be all in one go. It's very difficult to pick up yourself all in one go and go and make a life somewhere. Generally speaking, you'll have to do a bit of traveling, little bit by little bit. My wife says, little bit by little bit, which kind of makes me laugh, but it's true, I suppose. And it takes a lot of planning. It takes a lot of planning to emigrate effectively, before the fashionable term of passport bro was out there, people used to say emigrating, just emigrating to another country, simple as that. So call it what you want, but the bottom line is what I'm dealing with, what I'm talking about is really black men doing their research and literally moving to another country. In this case, we're talking about Nigeria. We're talking about Nigeria. Now, Nigeria has received over the years a lot of bad press, even from Nigerians. Even a lot of the Nigerians that I know personally have known literally for the last 30 years, for the most part, have had nothing good to say about their own country, Nigeria. I'm going to put it out there. I'm talking about the Nigerians that I've known growing up in the UK. I've had very little. I'm talking about professional people right the way down. I've had nothing good, nothing positive to say about Nigeria. Nothing good. Nothing good. I dated a Nigerian woman. I've dated a few. But, one of the Nigerian women that I dated literally got 98 to 2000. I told her, or at least I asked her, let's take a trip to Nigeria. She nearly bit my head off. The woman nearly bit my head off. I said to her, let's take a trip to Nigeria, because she was Nigerian. She was a doctor, a GP, general practitioner. So I said to her, let's take a trip to Nigeria. Let's go and have a look at where your family come from. This is 98, 99, 2000. I was with her until I dumped her selfish backside. Even though I loved her, she was completely selfish. She even said she was selfish. So don't come and knock me for that. So I said to her, beautiful woman though. So I said to her, let's take a trip to Nigeria. And she was like, no, we're not going there. No. And she started to go into all the reasons why we can't travel to Nigeria. And like an idiot, I believed her. Like an idiot, I believed her. Years later, me and the wife, we took a trip to Ghana. And we noticed that, you had a lot of African-Americans, ADOS African-Americans or FBA African-Americans traveling to Ghana. But trust me, you had a whole heap of non-African heritage people, believe you me, not only traveling on holiday to Ghana, in fact, most of them were doing business there. So how is it that we, as African heritage people, Nigerians in the UK, have issues, not all, but far too many, issues traveling back to our countries, but no one else seems to have an issue? How does that work? So it was really, really good listening to, I think the channel's called International Passport Bro. Don't get me wrong. He did a couple of streams where he was talking about really traveling to the African continent and setting up shop there, finding a life there, purpose there, business there, all of that. And it was a great listening to that. For me, another black guy in this space, talking about traveling, I thought that's different. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm one of these guys that's been doing research about the African continent for years. But I've never really done research about Nigeria for some weird reason, considering that 50% of my DNA is Yoruba. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, but I come from South London. So I thought, no, you know what? It's time I did some research about Nigeria. Forget the hype. Forget what Nigerians in the UK say about their own country. Forget that. Forget the hype on TV. Forget the hype. Forget the negative press around scamming and all that. Forget what various Nigerian women, girls that I've been dealing with for years have said about their own families back home in Nigeria. Forget all that. No, let me do my own research. Own emphasis is on not listening to other people necessarily, but let me do my own research. And I've only really just started doing it. Nigeria is a huge country, huge. Got what, 250 plus million people there. All of the most intelligent, most educated Black people that I know in the UK, all of them without exception have been Nigerian. All. Every single one of the most intelligent Black people in the UK that I've ever met have been Nigerian or part Nigerian. All. So without exception, you know? So I thought, no, something's not adding up here. I need to do my own research. What this channel is all about, all right, change focus a little bit, is about having a conversation with Black men about where we can find a life outside of the West. So this isn't about necessarily taking a dig at the West. This is simply about saying, where else can we have a life? Does that make, am I allowed to do that? Am I allowed to have a conversation about where else we can go as Black guys to have some kind of life? Am I allowed to? Or am I cancelled from having that conversation as well? You know, each to their own, you know, each to their own. This is about saying where else we can go. It's as simple as that. Now, one of the things I would say, and I've watched a load of channels with people who say they took £200 to Ghana and they're living great and it's all worked out well. That's fine. Personally, I think you got to plan your way out of a country. I don't think you should be planning for years and years and years and years, because honestly, you're promised tomorrow. You're not promised tomorrow. Yesterday, my brother, one of my oldest brothers phoned me up saying that one of my mother's longings, a woman that I've personally known since I was a little kid, the daughter just told him about a funeral, right? She's 82 years old, right? So I've known this woman literally all of my life. You know, she was a rough Jamaican woman when I was a kid growing up. You know, one of them women that, you know, your mum would meet her in the market and then they'll stand up there talking and it would just be loud. He'd just be loud, right? Brixton Market, and they'll just be talking. It's just loud talk. You know what I mean? They're not angry. It just sounds angry. Just like, wait, what are you two talking so loud for? But the point is, you're not promised tomorrow, guys. I don't want to go too far off track. You're not promised tomorrow. So I'm not telling you to plan for years. All I'm saying is I wouldn't advise going to any country with £200 in your pocket expecting to get anywhere. You got to know how you're going to make money, living, business before, in my opinion, before you travel to any country. And that goes for any country. And on the African continent, there's no NHS service, as far as I understand it. You're going to have your own private healthcare. You really should understand how you're going to be making a living. Are you going to be buying land? Are you going to be, buying a house? Are you going to be buying an apartment? Or is your plan to rent somewhere? You can rent until you buy. In my opinion, you want to be buying a house or an apartment before you go, or land, and then plan how you're going to build. Meaning you've got to understand the law and the common practice around buying land, apartments, or houses wherever you're going to go. As far as I'm concerned, my business, I'm used to doing buy-to-lets and all that in the UK. It's a similar difference in any other country you're going to go to. People do Airbnb in the UK on, at seaside towns. You could do the same. You can plan to do the same in any other country. You can plan to do the same in Nigeria, right? So the research that I've done about Nigeria, and we'll look at some in a minute, the research I've done is that at the moment, you've got some amazing apartment buildings and houses being built in Nigeria. Don't let anybody tell you different. And don't get me wrong, the economic situation in various African countries, including Nigeria, could be a hell of a lot better. The leadership can be a hell of a lot better. Totally understand that. But the idea is, guys, and this is directed at you men that are going to be watching this, use your brain, right? Use your brain and have understanding. Use your brain and have understanding and weigh things up. Is it better for you to remain living in the UK or whatever Western country you're going to be watching this from? Do you consider your situation in whatever part of the West you're in, do you consider your personal living situation better than whatever living situation you could have on the African continent? You might say, yeah, it is better, in which case, you know what? This live is not for you. In fact, the channel's not for you. Not really. Because what this channel is all about is really for men who understand those kind of pros and cons. The bottom line is the juice worth the squeeze living in whatever part of the West you live in? It might be. You might consider it to be. You might think, well, you know what? In the UK, in America, in Norway, in Sweden, in France, I earn £100,000 plus, and actually I've got a nice little house. And you know what? I can put up with the racism. I can put up with the microaggressions. I can put up with the taxation. I can put up with the shoddy NHS service. I can put up with, the stop and search. I can put up with the crazy, call it what you want, that's just been happening in the UK over the summer, the long hot summer. I can put up with if you live in France, I can put up with the dodgy treatment from the government there. And, I've got to say, the racist government that's in France at the moment. If you're in the US, I can live with whatever's going on there. And I'm happy to chance whatever kind of relationship I may or may not have. And if that's you, that is absolutely fine. I'm not trying to convince you of anything. Honestly, as Neely Fuller said, right? Your job is not to convince anyone of anything. Those of you that don't know who Neely Fuller is, Google him. My job is not to convince you of anything. My job is simply to say, if you're thinking about moving somewhere else, this is an option. That's what my channel is all about. All right. So I want to make that clear. This is not about slagging off any other country. It's not about slagging off the opposite sex. Nothing like that. It's simply about saying to black men, this is an option for you. If you've never considered it, you may want to consider it. That's what this channel is all about. Now some people are going to say, in fact, I've not said anything, have I? I've not actually said anything derogatory about anything or anyone, right? But anyway, so hopefully all that is clear, right? Hopefully all that is clear. But the main thing in all of this is do your own research about Nigeria. Travel there, have a look. There's loads of lives that's happened, that people do every day now about Nigeria. Go and check out the videos. If you get a chance to travel to Nigeria, do that. I've never been to Nigeria, right? My wife's half Nigerian. As I said to you before, my DNA, half of it is Yoruba. It's Nigerian. So our plan is to travel to the country and have me being me, I want to have a good solid look around the whole country. Because to be honest with you, the property opportunities that I've seen right across West Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, Namibia, Togo, Sierra Leone, all of those countries, that's just West Africa. The opportunities that I've seen there to make money from property, not just property, but from the restaurant business, bars, nightclubs. I've done all those things in the UK. That except for restaurants, never done that. But nightclubs and all that, definitely hosted all of that in the UK. The opportunities to do that in Nigeria, in Ghana, in all of those countries is massive. If you're into IT, whatever business you're into, right, whatever your field is, right, there are amazing opportunities to do any of that in any West African country. We're only talking about West Africa. Not really. I've got lives on the channel about Kenyan property, apartments and houses, but I really, for the next couple, got to focus on Nigeria and other West African countries, particularly Nigeria, because the market is massive and the population is young. The population is young. Yeah, the demographic is really, really young. And what that means, that means great things for the future. That means great things for the future. All right. Now we can have conversations, as I said before, about the leadership, about the corruption, all that kind of stuff, and all of that does exist and does need to get tightened up. The leadership, in my opinion, needs to change. But I think in time that's going to happen, and believe you me, the property prices is only going to go one way, and the businesses, the infrastructure and the capacity, all of that, the productivity is only going to go in one direction. Is only going to go in one direction. The idea with this is to get in there, in my opinion, at the very beginning. We're in a minute, we're going to be looking at a load of apartments because obviously, well, number one, that's my area of interest and that's what I'm into in the UK. So we're going to be learning together. We're going to be looking at places, number one, where we can live, and number two, places where we can make money from when we are not in the country, where we can stick it on maybe Airbnb or give it to a private company to manage it for us. The idea is if you're going to stick it on Airbnb, you'll hire a company to actually manage the property when you're not there. And all you're going to be doing is just collecting the money, just banking the money through Airbnb or a similar site when you are not there. Mandrel, good to see you, bro. And I've seen someone that I've not seen for a long time. I'm going to get the name incorrect. Do forgive me. Ife Michael. All right. So thank you for joining us. Yeah. And do add comments in the chat as well. So if you're new here and all that, just say hi in the chat. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you've not done that yet. So anyway, on the screen, you can see the area that we're going to be looking at. And remember, this is basically all about you men finding a better life, man. Just finding a life outside of the West. That's what this is all about. Just finding a life, having and being creative. If you work for someone, if you do a 9 to 5, understand that is not all that you need to be about. If you do a 9 to 5, understand that you do not need to spend your whole life simply only doing a 9 to 5 until you're dead. You don't. You got to have a little bit of creative thinking and a little bit of nous, right? But your whole life until you retire, right, doesn't only have to be doing a 9 to 5. Even if it's a professional job, even if you're professional, it doesn't just have to be that until you're dead. It doesn't. You can set up your own business somewhere else. And, in a growing market that's not saturated, the bits and pieces about learning how things work in another country, being proactive, having staying power, understanding the issues that exist in the country that you're thinking of traveling to, knowing that it's not going to be exactly, where you're coming from. That there's a lot of negative points. Understanding the 365 degrees of the game in the other country, all of those things are going to be important when you travel to the African continent. It's not going to be like your European country. So you're going to have to weigh up the pros and cons of it. So I want to make all that clear as well. This is not about me saying life living in Nigeria or any other African country is perfect. That's not what I'm saying. But I am going to ask the question, is your idea, do you want to live in your part of the West, whether it's Europe or America, do you want to live there until you die? Do you want to be buried there? And if the answer is yes, that's fine. I'm not knocking that. I'm really not knocking that. But ask yourself that question. Ask yourself that question, right? As we go through these apartments now, I want to say this. Part of the reason why we're looking at apartments, not part of the reason why we're looking at apartments is because they're cheap, right? They're cheap and the return on investment is massive. We're going to be looking at apartments that generally cost between 50 and I think 80,000 pounds, is it? 80,000 quid, right? Now, remember, I'm talking about putting these apartments on Airbnb or similar websites. Preferably, right, buying cash, remortgaging your house, selling something, buying off plan, preferably. All of these apartments that we're going to be looking at have got things like gyms, swimming pools, jacuzzis, all of that sort of stuff on site, restaurants on site. Reason being, and most of them are by the coast, all of them are by the coast. Reason being, so you can let them out, so you can rent them out to holiday makers. So that when you're ready to be in the country, you can stay in your own place and not pay for a hotel. That is why we're looking at apartments. We will look at houses because, to be honest with you, the cost of property, whether it's houses or apartments, in Lagos, in Lekki, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, is next to compared to the UK, compared to London. When you're in a minute, you're going to see the quality. It's unbelievable. It's unmatchable anywhere in the UK. Completely unmatchable. So let's do this, right? Let's look at the first one. So the area that we're going to be looking at is the area. You can see it on screen. It's been on screen for a little while. Right, so we're going to be looking at the Lagos area. We're going to be looking at the first one in a place called Lekki. You can see it, Lekki Phase 1. I don't know where. In one part's called Phase 1, and then you've got an area over here called Phase 2 over here somewhere. I don't know. I don't know why, but honestly, this whole area, I've looked around this whole area. If you buy anything here, as far as I'm concerned, it's going to be a nice place. You're going to get a lot for your money. Yeah. It's a nice area, whether it's Victoria Island, you've got a place here called Banana Island. Go and check it out for yourself. If you won't believe me if I were to say that the places there are just unbelievable. I've seen some gorgeous places on Victoria Island. All around here, I've seen some amazing places, but we're going to be looking at a place called the Westbury, first of all, in that area. So what I'm going to do, I am going to go over here and I am going to say, share that tab. So hopefully you should be able to see that. Yep, you can. Good. So what's this message say? Your browser has lost connection to your screen share audio. Don't know why. That's probably nothing. Try sharing your screen again. Restart. Okay, let me do this. So hopefully you can see that. So if I do this, hopefully you can see. Right, so I don't know what happened there, but anyway, right, stay where you are. I will bring this back in. Let's bring that back in. Here we go. Right, so hopefully you should, if I drop this in, you should be able to see that. Okay, so if you're here, Mandra or anybody else, if you're here, just put a 1 in the chat that you can actually see that. You should be able to see it, right? So this is, hopefully you can see that. You should be able to see it. It's on screen. But anyway, this is an amazing apartment building called the Westbury, right? Now, we are looking at, I'll tell you how much this is now. So this building, right, or a 1-bed apartment rather, in this building is going for God, what's this? 100 million naira. Now, 100 million naira is 100 million naira is 47,500 pounds. 47,500 pounds. That's what that is, right? So I don't know how much that is in dollars. Let's quickly check how much that is in dollars. That's 62, to say $63,000. 63,000 USD. So what do you get for 63,000 USD? All right, so let's have a little, let's go through this, right? So for 60, and that's a 1-bed, right? So what do you get for 63,000 USD? Let's have a quick look. Let me get down because I got the floor plans here. Right, okay, so you get a, make sure you can see that again. So you get a 1-bed, right? For that amount of money, and I'm only looking at 1-beds. That's a bit unclear, so I will make it bigger. Here we go. Oops, no, that's not what I want. Where's the 1-beds gone? Where have the 1-bedrooms gone? These are 2 beds, 3 beds. Where have the 1-bedrooms gone? Right, I just had it here. All right, where have the 1-bedrooms gone? Where have the 1-bedrooms gone? I'll tell you what, let's just read it first and I'm sure it will come up somewhere. Right, okay. So for that amount of money, for, God, what was it? £47,000, was it? Was that what it was? You get a concierge, meaning basically it's completely secure, well laid out marble granite flooring, hallway, well laid out vinyl laminate wood floors, walls, silk emulsion painting, apartments, interior spaces, floors finished with what was it? Laminated wood, porcelain, large size tiles, bathroom floors finished with I don't know what that word means. I have no idea what even how to pronounce that. Was it vitrified matte tiles, bathroom walls? You could read that. Porcelain tiles. Basically, it's a lovely place. Let's have a look at some of the pictures. Sometimes that's just a lot easier than reading all this stuff, right? So, but let me find the one. I want to see the 1-bedroom layouts. Where is it? Where are the 1-bedroom layouts? Let's just go through some of the, see if it's going to show us. I'll put the links to all of these on the site, so that on the description, so you can actually see it. But let's see if it's going to show us the 1-bedroom layouts. That's the whole idea with this. Where is it? Where is it gone? Where's it gone? You get a gym, get a nice gym there. And these, just to say, these are all off plan as well. These are all off plan as well. Security, CCTV, gymnasium. You get a swimming pool, concierge, as I've said. You get parking. On that floor, 1 and 2 bedroom suites. But where is the, you want it, what's this going to show us? So let me just check you can actually see that as well. Yeah, you can. So look at that picture there. So you get a pool. It's not the best, apologies for that, but parking, pictures are really not great. But anyway, concierge. This is just a mock-up of what it would look like. So fitted units and all the rest of it. Sometimes if you get in there with these off plans, you can actually choose a finish as well. Stamped concrete pathways, cladded walls, premium bathroom fittings, integrated kitchen gadgets, and smart home installations, 24/7 CCTV surveillance. But I want to see the layout for the one beds. Where is it? Where's it gone? It's a bit weird. That's not great. It was, I had it, yeah, good, found it after all that. Right, okay, here we go. Right, okay, so apologies for that, it took a bit of time. Okay, so you've got 3 one-bed layouts, right? This is quite important. Now, remember what you get for the money, right? So, and this, again, this is not very clear, but it's not going to get any clearer than that. Sorry, guys. So hopefully you can see, it's really not very clear, but anyway, you get a living space, square meters. I'm not even going to bother looking at that. Just look at the layout, right? So you get a living space there where the cursor is, open plan. So you get a bit of a kitchen area, bedroom, shower room, and you get a balcony as well, right? So that seems to be the smallest, right? Actually, no, it's the same because that's 24 square meters. This one here, it says 23 square meters. That's what it says. Right, even though it looks bigger than that one, but I don't know why that is. But anyway, slightly different layout, right? Balconies on the opposite side. Is it just, it's not just a reflection of that, but it's almost a reflection of this one here, almost. Or is it this? Yeah, look, I think it's just a reflection of that one. So yeah, that's what that one is. So that basically the room layouts, as far as I'm concerned, are lovely. Now, remember how much this cost, right? Remember, you do the sums. Remember how much, this cost. Maybe later on we need to be looking at Airbnb as well. I mean, maybe we need to be looking at Airbnb, but the bottom line is this. Bearing in mind you'll be looking to rent it out literally for the, 365 days of the year, right? When you look at the area, we'll look at the area as well. You'll see that it's definitely rentable in that area, right? This is type C. This is slightly different, or is it just a mirror image of that? I think, is it slightly different? It's very similar. Oh no, yeah, no, the balcony seems to be, that's the balcony there. Is that the balcony? No, the balcony's there by the bedroom. Yeah, I think they're all quite similar, although the floor space there looks to be a little bit less. Is that 19? It looks like 19. Not great pictures. And then that's the 2-bed there. So you've got 3. I think they're basically on 3 different sides of the building. I think that's basically it. So you've got type A, type B, and type C. I'll put the link to this catalog in the description as well. So for the money, that's what the exterior of the building is going to look like. This would be an off-plan sale. For those of you that are not familiar with buying off-plan, basically it's purchase by installments. And again, the idea really is that you do your own due diligence regarding the company, all of that sort of stuff. This is really just about telling you what's available. That's all it is. It's about saying what's available. The name of the company, name of this company is, well, that's the name of the development, the Westbury Lecky. The idea is you just Google that and it will just come up on the web straight away. That's what I did to find this catalog. But the company is, let's find it. It's got to be on this catalog somewhere. Let's have a look for the name of the company. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Can't see it there. It's going to be there somewhere anyway. But let's do this. What I'm going to do, I am going to bring up this now. This is from a property website. It's the same property, but just from a property website. It's 100 million naira. Sounds like a lot, but it's not. You've got to get used to Nigerian money. Anyway, the name of the company is called DFHL Investment Limited. That's the name of the company. That's the address. go to the website. Now, this property website is called Nigeria Property Centre. Just go there, click that, and it will take you to the telephone number. Actually, there's a telephone number. Or you can email them. There's going to be an email there somewhere. Anyway, that's the exterior of the property. Description: an 11th floor high-rise apartment comprising 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bedrooms, different units basically in the heart of Lekki, Phase 1, Lagos, with breathtaking views, superior finishes. You saw that a minute ago. State-of-the-art amenities. Every detail exudes luxury. Now, remember how much you're paying for that. Just remember that. That's what this is all about. You're not going to find this kind of apartment anywhere, nowhere in the West. Not for that money. You're not going to find it. Buy this and use it for short let Airbnb apartments. Completion date December 2026. So basically, I think they're probably just about breaking ground in terms of the building work. So you'll be buying off plan. Price starts at 100 million naira for the smallest units. That's the one beds that we've just been looking at. It's just come online. So this is just come on. Yeah, this one's just come on. This one's just come on. So as far as I'm concerned, right, that is a brilliant. This is a brilliant buy. This is a brilliant off-plan buy for the money as an investment, guys. Very difficult to do better than that. Now, listen, most people would not believe, right, that this kind of property would exist in Africa. You know, we've been so much force-fed with negative images of the African continent for years, since birth, on UK TV, television in the West in general. We've been force-fed flies on children's faces and all the rest of it. And when you say to, you know, showing these kind of properties, people have sent me messages just saying it's fake. You know, these kind of properties cannot exist anywhere on the African continent. People have actually said that to me. People don't believe these kind of properties can exist on the African continent. But listen, guys, you can invest in this and to, you know, begin to create a life for yourself in Nigeria. You can do that. Now, what I'm going to do, quickly, I'm going to drop that. Actually, I'm not going to drop it down. What I'm going to just figure out how I can do this. So let me just come back to this. Now, what I want to do, I want to look at this with you guys. So people might say, so what the hell is there to do in Nigeria? Or what, you know, what's there to do in, at least in this part of Nigeria, right? What's there to do? You know, what is there to do? So what I wanted to do was just have a look at one restaurant. Now, this is just one place that I found. And as far as I'm concerned, this place is really, really nice. It's just one place. I've been looking at bars and restaurants and all of that sort of stuff in this part of Lekki, in this part of Lagos. And for me, I've come across some really nice places that you can chill out in yourself. Or guess what? If you want to create a business, this is the standard. Hopefully you can see that. This is the standard, basically. Now, this is a place just on the coast, right? This is a place on the coast. Now, this is part of the restaurant. You can see that, you know, obviously it's a venue. You can see big TV screens there. It's just nice. It's just a nice place to hang out for the money. This is really what I'm talking about. That's the exterior. It's just a nice place to hang out, whether you're a tourist, if you're just going there to chill out yourself. You know, it's just a nice place to hang out. That is what this place is. That's what this place is. And you've got a lot of Chinese people going there themselves. Right? So how can we be scared to go back to somewhere where we come from if you've got a load of other people going there? That doesn't make any damn sense. Right? So this is a vibe, man. This is a vibe. For the money, this is a vibe. That's really what it is. Right? And Nigerians like to eat big portions. Seriously. So this place here is what? Just a few minutes walk from the Westbury, from that building that I showed you. It's literally just a few minutes walk. Just a few minutes walk. And I know for a fact that the prices in Nigerian restaurants and all the rest of it is a fraction of what you're going to pay for in the UK. Me and the wife, we just had a dinner this evening at a, pretty much a new restaurant, right? Just two dishes, two mains, and two drinks. How much was that? That was, although they made a mistake with the food, but anyway, that cost us, God, what was it, about 39 quid, right? It's not a lot of money, but can you imagine what you're going to get for £39 in Nigeria? Right? These are the kind of things we've got to think about. The cost of living is lower than it is definitely here in the UK, more than likely for you guys if you can be watching this from Europe or the States, right? I'm only showing this just to show you that it's about standard of living. It's just about, it's just what kind of life you can have, and what kind of view you're going to get. And I personally love to see, you probably, if you've been following my channel, you probably see my last live, me and the wife took a boat out on the upper part of the River Thames, just for fun, really, just for a day out. So this is one of the reasons why I concentrate on apartments near water, because one, it's good for holiday makers and all the rest of it. And personally, I just like it. It's as simple as that. I just like it. So guys, lifestyle, man, lifestyle, quality of life, peace of mind, somewhere that's good for your mental state as a black man, or even a black woman, if you want a chance relocating to an African country, right? But definitely for a black guy, right? Quality of life, man, emigrating, moving somewhere that's really, really healthy for your mental state. Sometimes you don't realize as a black guy how wound up mentally you are until you go on holiday to a country, whether it be the African continent or the Caribbean, or maybe even, well, actually definitely those two places. And then you just get a chance to breathe. Seriously, you just get a chance to sit beside some water with some decent female company. It might be a girlfriend, it might be a wife. It might be some young lady that you've just met, and you get a chance to look across, look out at the water. You've got Banana Island over there, right, where the haves and the rich live, right? But you just get a chance to sit down, chill, and relax without feeling that people are staring at you and looking at you. Seriously, you get a chance to breathe and eat some seafood, some healthy food, right? Seriously, although the chips are not that healthy. But anyway, right? Seriously, and watch Arsenal and football on the television. Because, honestly, Ghanaians and Nigerians, man, they're football crazy and they all watch the English leagues. It's the truth, right? But you get a chance to sit down and chill, man, honestly, right? You get a chance to sit. So I'm only saying that to say that that place that we just looked at is 10 minutes walk from the Westbury. 10 minutes walk. 10 minutes walk from the Westbury. Right, the view. Let's do this. Hopefully, you can still see this. Right, this is what that area looks like. Got to do something with this Mac that I'm still using. You don't get. I wanted to see the seafront, but anyway. Anyway, that's what this, I wonder if there's a road, probably not. This is Admiralty Road. I did want to see if I could actually, anyway, it didn't. The bottom line is there's a gorgeous view along here, right? There's a lovely view there. This is another place anyway. This is called Bar Lounge. This, God, what is that? It's about 23 minutes walk. Hopefully you can still see this. Let's have a quick look at this place called Bar Lounge. Now, remember, if you're under 70, right, you're going to want places to hang out and chill and all the rest of it. This is just another place, right? A chill out place, DJ, place where you can catch a vibe, have a drink, have something to eat, and all the rest of it. Now, remember, you're talking about nice hot weather. You're talking about all of those things: music, drinks, fun, vibe, food, big fish, for not a lot of money. That's the key here, guys. Quality of life for not a lot of money. You saw how much that apartment cost. You saw how much that apartment cost. You saw how much that apartment cost, right? That apartment, if you know, under, God, what was it? Good to have you aboard, Dangby. You saw how much that apartment cost. 47,000 British pounds. God, how much was that in USD? I can't remember. But quality of life for the money, man. Seriously. Quality of life for the money, where you can just go, you could do this. You could look to the left, right? And no one's looking at you and thinking that you're going to run out without paying the bill. Although you might do, right? No, you're not going to do that. Not in Nigeria. It's not advisable. You could look to the right with no one staring at you and giving you funny looks, no one moving their handbag, thinking that you're going to pick it up and run out. Seriously, man. You can breathe. You can breathe. And it's, you know, it's affordable, right? It's affordable, man. You know, honestly. So, guys, as long as you've got a way you can be earning a living, you might be a remote worker, you might have a plan to buy about 4, 5, 6 of these properties and rent them all out on Airbnb and just live. And just live in peace. Bearing in mind that you've had these weird happenings in a lot of these European countries. I'm not going to talk any more about that, UK included. No, seriously, man, it's time to start thinking about. It's time to start thinking about something else. It's time. It's time to start planning and thinking about something else. It just is. It just is. And if you can do this, man, if you can do this. Although I don't really do white rice, you know, but me and the wife don't really do white rice. But anyway, it looks good though. You know, if you could do this, if you can have this every night of the week, not, you know, I mean, you know, you probably end up getting bored, you're not going to want to go out every night of the week. You probably get bored of that and eat big food, right? But if you could do that view, right, just between 10 and not even that, because you could live on the seafront, between 0 to 20 minutes. If you could do that view, that's not bad. I don't think it's bad. I think that's actually pretty damn good. I think that's quite good, man. And there's loads of these bars, loads of these restaurants, loads of these places to go out, because you're going to want to hang out. There's loads of these places all around Lagos, all around Lekki, loads of them. Loads. And remember, you know, this is the Nigeria that gets bad press, not only from UK television, UK media, not only from Western media, but also, I have to say, from some Nigerians. They give their own country bad press. But here, this channel's about giving Nigeria good press. It's as simple as that. If non-Nigerians, if non-Africans are prepared to invest in the African continent and buy up half of these apartments, now there's a reason for that. And to my mind, we need to start doing it. Serious, man. We need to start doing it. Ah, boy. So hopefully that one is crystal clear. You got loads of places like this, loads. I mean, I've looked at about 5, 6, 7, 8 of these lovely places to chillax all around this area here, all around that area there, all around that area there, around Victoria Garden City, all around there. Banana Island obviously is gorgeous. And this Banana Island's affordable as well. On the last stream, when I first looked at Nigeria, Lagos, I looked at some places on Banana Island as well. Do go and check it out for yourself. But anywhere around here is gorgeous. And this is 2 kilometers. So this is what? 5 kilometer square, pretty much. It's all one area, pretty much. And it's beautiful, basically, as are a lot of these places all around here as well. Definitely worthwhile looking at. Definitely worthwhile looking at. Right, okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to leave that one. I'm going to go to second property. That was just the first property. That was literally just the first property. But what I'm going to do, I am going to go to our second property, and it's going to be this one. So hopefully you can see that. You should be able to see that. Yes, you can. So let's have a good look at this. Right, so this one is a little bit more money. This one is for 160 million Nigeria. God, what's it called? Naira. Right. This is a 1-bedroom apartment, Sapphire Towers, Blue Waters, Lekki. So let me copy that address. And what I'm going to do is just put it in the thing so we can have a look at where it is. Let's have a look at the place first. Basically, it's in that same area. It's in Lekki Phase 1. In fact, we don't need to go. You know where it is now, don't you? Right. So this is, again, this one I think is off plan. It's by a company called Signature Global Real Estate. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this company builds in Ghana as well. I might be wrong about that, but that name Signature rings a bell. Don't quote me on that, but I think they might do. Anyway, 160 million Naira. How much is that? In fact, I'll leave that. You lot do the sums. I'll do the conversion at the end, but you lot work it out for yourselves. 160 million Naira. Get used to doing the sum in your head, right? So it's on the seafront. You can see there straight away. You get a sea view, right? Now, I'm going to make an assumption. You're going to need to do your own homework about this. You need to check with the developer that they are using corrosion-resistant materials. Sometimes I've seen, when me and the wife were in Ghana, we were in Pram Pram looking at property. A great African-American woman took us to her house. She showed us her amazing house. Erna, her name is. Great woman. Some of you would have seen her on YouTube and all the rest of it. She showed us her amazing place that she built in Pram Pram. Was it Pram Pram? Just down the road from, was it Ningo? Just down the road from Pram Pram. The exterior had some corrosion, right? I'm talking about the metal work, especially in some of the brickwork. So do check that about the materials that that the developer's using. They don't show the front of this building, which is, you know, it is what it is. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna, you know, it would have been good to have seen the front of the building. But anyway, you know, check the materials that the developer is using, right? But this is a gorgeous place. This is a gorgeous place. I'm assuming it looks to me like it's already been built. It doesn't look to be off plan. All right, but this is a nice place for 160 million Naira, a little bit more because you're bang on the seafront, right? I'm assuming all of these appliances, the washing machine and the dryer, come with the kitchen, air conditioning. That's a nice kitchen as well. That's a nice kitchen, right? All of these fixtures and fittings come with the apartment. I'm going to make an assumption the TV, all of it, probably not the furniture, but all of this stuff comes with the apartment. But look at that! Look at this. Where in the hell are you going to get that view for 160 million Naira? Well, check out if you've not already done it, right? Do go and check for yourself how much 160 million Naira converts to in USD and or pounds, do that for yourself. But where the hell are you going to get that view from? You're not going to get that view in London. You got to go to some coastal town in the UK, right? Where the hell are you going to get that in the US or France or Germany or wherever? Where are you going to get that view? For the money. You're not going to get that view. So what else do you get with this property? What else do you get? Okay, so luxury unit of one-bedroom apartment with an oceanfront view and unique facilities and amenities in the heart of Lekki. Sapphire Tower is a high-rise of 17 floors with oceanfront views and city view. It's excellent for investors and tourists, so that's what this is all about. You get a swimming pool. Can you see that? Hopefully you can see that. You get a swimming pool, you get a gym, you get a spa. There's a local park. 24-hour electricity, I would hope so. In other words, there's a generator, because let's face it, a lot of these West African countries suffer power cuts. So you want all of these new builds basically they come with backup generators, yeah? 24-hour security, shopping centers nearby, lawn tennis courts. I'm assuming that's private, all of that stuff. I'm assuming there's, it's a local shopping center, a private tennis court, elevator, among many other stuff in this building, yeah? So looks like you get 2 toilets and 1 bathroom. I think they could have given us more pictures in this. Anyway, the company is called Signature Global Real Estate, 160 million naira. So just in case you haven't done the thing for yourself, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show this. So hopefully you can see that. Let me check. Right, so this is the conversion. Danby, I've just seen your comment, mate. Yeah, water corrosion. Basically, if any property is on the seafront, right, that's any country, right, the water, which is basically salt water, may corrode the surface of the building if they haven't built using corrosive resistant materials. That's the metalwork, that's the metal frames, that's the brickwork, all of that. So that's for, you need to check that out. You need to have that's as a specific conversation with the developer. That's a serious point, right? that is a serious point. All right. So anyway, let's get back to this. So let's do that conversion, right? So what did I say? 160 million naira, right? So hopefully you can see that. And there's loads of these currency conversion websites on the web. So 160 million naira is 100,000 USD, 100,000 USD, or just say 100,000 USD. Yeah, I mean there's some change there, right? How much pounds is that? 75,000 pound, right? Just say 76,000 pound for a beachfront, seafront apartment, right? So what did I say? 76,000 pound, right? 100,000 USD for a seafront, beachfront apartment in Lekki, right? With all of those amenities, the restaurants, the bars, the clubs, all of that right by. So this one is for rental. This one is a buy-to-let Airbnb. That's what it's all about. So if you can get that money, 75K, this one is not off plan. Apologies, because honestly, I thought it was an off plan apartment, but it's not. Let's have a quick look to see where that is actually. Right. So Sapphire Tower. Let me quickly put that into Google just to see if it's going to let me see if it's going to let me do this. Right. So I'm wondering if I just put that in to here, let me see if it's going to let me have a look to see exactly where it is. This is probably not the best way of doing this, but it's the way. There's hopefully the actual address is going to be down here somewhere. Here we go. All right. Okay. So that's it there. Right. So that's it. Simple as that. Right. Okay. So this place is from this place is, well, there's, it's bang on the seafront there, basically. Right, so that's where it is. So let us get this little man here. Let's see if it's gonna just drop it down there. Right, so it's a gated community. Come on. So that looks like it's the seafront to me. Basically, it's a development area. That's really what it is. The whole area, you can see it there. So the whole place is a building site, but that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. That is a good thing, right? Because what it means, basically, you're buying at the very start of a boom. Effectively, that's what you're doing. You're buying at the very start of a boom. Guys, I'm not getting any money for this. But you see, what it is, property interests me, and making money interests me. Property money from property interests me. You're buying at the start of a boom. Effectively, that's what you're doing. That's what's going on there. You're buying at the start of a boom. It's as simple as that. That's the side that you're buying on. Right, you're buying at the start of a boom. It's actually quite, and that's walking. You're not going to walk, right? Driving, that's scary for a minute. So driving just to that other bar that we were just looking at, that restaurant that we were just looking at, is 16 minutes. 16 minutes there, right? You've got a nice art gallery there, gorgeous art gallery. We've not looked at that before. Let's have a quick look at this art gallery. So you've got an art gallery here. Actually, I did look at it earlier on very briefly. Right, so you can go and buy yourself some nice art to put inside your new apartment. Don't know if you're going to want an alligator, but go and buy yourself, what does that say? Hear no evil, no, it's not that, it's just 3 carved monkeys. So yeah, you can buy yourself some nice art, man, to go inside your lovely new, brand new, posh, high-rise Airbnb apartment. Very nice. Right. Whoop. Right. Okay. So, so you got a market there. What's that all about? Some sort of, what's that, beach down the coast. So basically, this is a nice place to have an apartment. Basically, that's really what it is. It's a holiday apartment. Effectively, that is what it is. It is an holiday apartment. I've got to do something with my Mac. Let's get rid of that for a minute. Come on. Let's let this spin out. Is it gonna come on? Come on. This is what happens when you've got a million tabs open. Yeah, so let's get rid of that. And what I do want to do is come back here for a minute. All right, okay. And I just wanted to show you this. Come on. Make it a little bit smaller. Come over here a little bit. Yeah. Come on. Apologies for this, it's my Mac. Right, okay, cool. Right, okay, so I want to, if I drag that there. It's not letting us do that. Basically, I just wanted to, yeah, I think you get the point anyway. I mean, basically, within driving distance are restaurants, anything you want to, basically anything you want to do, right? You've got all of this pretty much on your doorstep. I mean, the bottom line is there was just one really good venue, right? And I've got to say, you just had some beautiful women in the pictures, right? That's all I really wanted to show. But you got loads of these places, man. You got loads. There's just loads. Honestly, I just think it's a great place to be. I think it's pepper soup. Let's look at the prices there. In fact, that's actually quite good. So you could do that conversion yourself, right? So assorted. I'm assuming that's different meat, right? So assorted pepper soup, right? I'll have to ask my wife about that. Assorted pepper soup. I wonder, I'm assuming that means different types of meat. I don't know if that means different, like bush meat or what. I have no idea. But anyway, right? So what the hell did I get rid of that? Right. Okay. So yeah. So go away. Anyway, assorted 2,600 naira. How much is that? Let me just check how much 2,600 naira is. 2,600 naira, right? So that's 2,600 naira. So 2,600 naira is £1.23, right? So for how many dollars is that? Right? So for £1.23, for $1.63, right? For $1.63, you get assorted pepper soup. Basically, it's cheap. That's what that is. That is cheap. That's cheap, man. Come on, man. That is cheap. That's cheap. So basically, you got to watch. You got to watch how much you're gonna eat. You got to watch how much you're gonna eat. That's the truth of it. That is the truth of it. And you'd be trying, if you've never tried Nigerian food, man, you'd be trying some Nigerian food. Well, that's not Nigerian food. That's a bit disappointing. That's disappointing, man. Yeah, you'd be trying, generally speaking, a different cuisine. That's what you're going to be trying generally, right? So, and you could go out for a boat trip as well at night. You know what I mean? So this is yeah, man. Anyway, why do some West Africans put what's that spaghetti in their food, man? What is that all about? I've never understood why West Africans. When did that start? Putting spaghetti in? Nah, come on, man. But anyway, all jokes aside, man. I mean, I think that is could you actually seal that? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Can you? Yeah, you can. You can. Adangbi writes, low prices, low quality. Not necessarily, bro. Not Adangbi, not necessarily. Nah, it's not really like that. Sometimes you got to understand that in the countries that we come from, it's just expensive. It's as simple as that. It's expensive. That's it. It's just expensive. And honestly, in the UK, I can definitely say that half the restaurants out there that you're going to go and spend, I don't know, 50, 60 pounds on a meal, you're going to give it maybe 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. That's the truth. 7 out of 10 for 60 pounds. So it's not necessarily low. You see, you don't necessarily spend good money and get a good meal. Not in the UK anyway. You don't. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you do. But not all the time. It's just that you're getting in other countries, on the African continent. What I'm showing you is that you just get more for your money. But anyway, look, let's move on. So that's that one. That's that property there, right? So we were just looking at Sapphire Towers. What we're going to do now, we're going to go and look at another apartment. I'm not going to look at that one. I'll look at that one last, if at all. We just looked at that one. Let's look at this amazing one. This one here is bloody brilliant, right? This one here is brilliant. Now check out this apartment, right? Now remember, oh God, what's going on there? So hopefully you can still see this. I don't want to restart my browser. I do not want to do that. So hopefully you can see this. Now remember, this is all about you as a black man, black men in general, being able to relocate, travel somewhere else, buy an investment apartment, make money out of it, and begin to relocate your life. Today, we're looking at Nigeria. We're looking at Lagos in particular. We're looking at Lekki in particular. This particular 1-bedroom apartment or flat is going for 150 million naira. It's at Lekki Phase 1, Lagos. And this is, I think this is an off-plan build. We will check it out in a minute. This looks, to me, lovely. For those of you that don't know, Lekki is, and if you're going to be joining this or checking it out on the replay, Lekki is on the seafront in Lagos, or on the outskirts of Lagos, if you like. And this, I think, is an off-plan buy. We will check it out. But this is beautiful. This is a gorgeous apartment. Now, the only thing I'm a little bit annoyed about is that they do not show any images inside, right? The quality is going to be pretty much the same as elsewhere. 150 million naira. Let's quickly check out how much that's going to cost. So if I share this tab with you, you should be able to see that, right? Let's do 150 naira, right? So 150 million. How many dots is that? How many zeros is that? It's that and 3. 1, 2, 3. Do I need to put another 0 there? I think I do. Yeah, there you go. So that's 94,000 USD. Pounds, that's 71,000 pound, right? 71,000 pound, and USD, that's 94,000 USD. 94,000 USD. Let's get back to the actual building. So is it going to show us what you get for the money? Let's see, because the pictures are rubbish, basically. So, okay, so this says, God, what does it say? It says opulent 1-bedroom apartment at Lekki Phase 1. 38 units in the building. Look, I thought there was more, but anyway, features include top-notch amenities, ocean view. So you get an ocean view. So this is obviously on the seafront. Ensuite bedrooms and bathrooms, high-grade fitted kitchen with great appliances, gym. Everything I've tried to show you has got a gym, has got a swimming pool and all that sort of stuff. So gym facilities, 24/7 security and electricity, large balconies, lots of parking, 24/7 security. I'm assuming there's a concierge, a swimming pool, second swimming pool at the rooftop. Bloody hell. So this has got a pool on top of the roof, or at least it's going to be when it's built. So second swimming pool on the rooftop, right, with balcony, waste and water treatment plant. Okay, so that is going to be, when it's built, because it's not yet, this is, I'm pretty sure this is an off plan, so that's going to be amazing when it's built. The developer is Wren Regent Properties Limited. Wren Regent Properties Limited. What I'm going to do, I'm going to see if there's any more information on this. Now, there probably isn't, but let's just have a look at this quick. Let's see if it's going to show anything else. So that's its other property that they're trying to sell. That's the one that we've just been looking at. I don't think they're going to. I think we're just going to be right back to, yes, right back to where we just started. So is it worth? Let me just have a little look at this. So this is called. This is called Lagoon Vista. Lagoon Vista is see where it is, right? So Lagoon Vista, let's see, and we know it's on the seafront. So let us just see, or try to see, if they're going to show us. Right, so what was it? Lagoon Vista. Right, Lagoon Vista. It's not coming up. Lagoon, is that what it's called? Was it called Lagoon Vista? Let's have another little check. Right, okay, let's have another little look. Let's just check out where that was. It's called Lagoon, yeah, Lagoon Vista. It's not coming up in, oh, visit website. Let me just, let's just quickly do this. The website's not working. It's a bit weird. But anyway, whatever. Right. Let's just delete that. Right. Lagoon Vista. Lagoon. Guys, you're getting me to do all your legwork for you. This is what I do every day. All right. Look for properties. So I'm literally doing your work for you. Anywho, that is not showing up anywhere. It's not showing up anywhere. Right. No, that's not showing up. That's not working. Right. You know what? Let's do this. Lagoon Vista. Is it Lekki? Lagoon Vista. That will come up now. Probably not. Let's see if it's gonna come. Oh, nah. It's just coming up as what was that? Did that come up somewhere? Let's get rid of that for a minute. Right, now is that it? There we go. Is that it? Lagoon. That's coming up as Lagoon View. That's not it. Lekki, I don't think that's it. Anyway, we did try. Let's just go back to the actual property. But anyway, either way, even though we can't see inside, for 100, I think you get the idea about what type of finish that's going to be. It's going to be similar to all of the others. 150 million naira. That was, how much was that? That was that was 94,000 USD, and in pounds that was 71,000 pounds. So I think that is a good one. Let's move on to this amazing property now. Okay, so this is another property. Adangbe, Ren region. I'm checking out their website now. Nice one. If you find out anything, Adangbe, do put it in the chat, right? Especially if you find a catalog, Adangbe, right? If you don't mind, stick in the chat that you found the catalog on their website, right? Even put the link to the catalog in the website if you find it, Adangbe, so that everybody else can, so that we can share it, basically, if you don't mind. Yeah. Please do that. Right, okay, so this is definitely an off-plan apartment, right? It says the waterfront is your front yard, right? So basically the whole ocean is your front yard. So this one is going for 113 million not USD, 113 million naira. Really got to get used to Nigerian currency, man. A one-bed apartment in was it Akati? I can't pronounce that word. I can't pronounce that, but if you can see, I'm not even going to pretend to pronounce it. That's where it is in Lekki, Lagos. Right? If anybody can pronounce that, look, forgive me. I'm not going to try. Right? I am not going to try. And by the way, this website, and I'm not getting any money for this, is called Nigeria Property Center. It's a great website. Hundreds of thousands of properties on this website. Easy to navigate around the website. This particular one bed is going for 113 million naira. The estate agent is called Ane and Associates. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. You can see the number there. You can visit their website, do all of that good stuff. That's what it looks like now. This one, sorry guys, it's only one picture, which is completely flipping ridiculous. I don't know why they didn't do a mock-up of it or whatever. Do check out their website, do your due diligence around what else this company's done and all the rest. But this is just an estate. They may be a developer. Chances are they're only an estate agent. You are going to want to research the developer. But the bottom line is, let's have a look at this picture, right? Because this is a massive development. This is a huge development. You can see it. Am I sharing the tab? I am. Just check that I'm actually sharing the correct tab. Yes, I am. Right. Okay. So this is a massive development, right? Look at it. So this I don't know. Do we start bottom to top or top to bottom? Bottom line is you've got parking down the bottom. You've got all kinds of swimming pools going on there on various levels. Hopefully you can see that. It's not a great picture, guys. I've got they've only put one image up, right? That tells you that it's off plan. That tells you that it's only just come on. It tells you that you can get in at the bottom, ground zero. It tells you that it's going to take about 2 or 3 years to build. You know, they're going to probably build in stages, all of that good stuff. Maybe there might be some information in this. We'll check it out. There's green spaces at elevated levels around the building. There's going to be all the regular stuff about security and all that sort of stuff. In a development like this, you're going to find swimming pools, cafes, you're going to find restaurants and all that sort of stuff. This is if you're going to buy a property anywhere for investment purposes, right, or somewhere where you want to slowly relocate to a different country, this is it. Green spaces on the roof. No doubt there's going to be swimming pools and play spaces and God knows what up there on all 3 of these towers. This is basically amazing for the money. Now, remember how much I said this was, right? £71,000, which was what in USD? 94,000 USD. That's what this is, right? For that. Let's have a little bit of a read. Hopefully there's going to be some information there. So it's an off-plan buy, an exquisite, luxurious waterfront residential apartment, Lekki, 1-bed apartment, uninterrupted view of the sea. You're so flipping high up, right? Your views are going to be amazing. State-of-the-art observatory deck, 5-star concierge. Basically, you know, people are going to have to check in and check out, which is, again, what you want. Rooftop bespoke gym, sea view, rooftop entertainment house and sea view. Don't know what they mean by entertainment house. Rooftop edge swimming pool with sea view. It's going to be one of those, I don't know what you call it. You know, when you're literally on the edge of the pool and it overhangs. Look, that kind of thing gives me vertigo. But anyway, it's great for tourists, which means your place is going to rent. Private residence beach. I gotta say, I hate that in Jamaica. You know, all of the hotels have bought up the prime beaches in Jamaica, but I gotta say, right, for your Airbnb, right, how can you beat it? How can you beat that? Residence lounge, business cafe, restaurant, bar, dining, outdoor lounge area, spa, sauna, steam room, kids swimming pool, cabana. I have no idea what a cabana is, but it sounds good. Private residence cinema, multi-level car park, retail spaces, multi-purpose event center, 3-tier security, kids playroom, high-speed elevators, lush landscapes, 24-hour power supply, in other words, backup generator, smart home enabled, high broadband speed internet, fully fitted kitchen, satellite TV, air conditioning, floor to wall ceilings. In other words, floor to wall ceiling windows. In other words, the views are going to be amazing. Property title, deed of assignment. Don't know what that means. The only thing you need to check out in Ghana is the length of your lease. Right, so obviously, I can't remember how long the leases are in Ghana. And obviously, with all of these off-plan apartments, there's going to be a service charge. But, you know, we looked at a place in, although this is Nigeria, sorry, in Ghana, we looked at a place called Embassy Gardens. And the service charge was cheap, man. It was about 100 Ghana cedis. Can't remember how much that is now, but it's peanuts. It's nothing. That's per month. Right, so it's going to be some similar thing here, but it's the length of the lease. I don't know how. I'm going to do some research around the length of leases in Nigeria. Honestly, I don't know, but do check that out before you spend any money. In fact, do all due diligence before you spend a penny or a dollar or a dime. Right. This particular place has got 2 bathrooms, with 2 toilets. You get 2 car parking spaces with this, right? Well, I don't know why you'd need 2, but anyway, you get 2 designated car park spaces. And this was last updated this week. and it was added in May just gone. So this is a brand new place. It's a serviced building as well, right? So sorry, man, this is an amazing place for the money. For the money, you're getting an ideal Airbnb apartment, right? So that is a winner right there, guys. That's a winner. Thanks, Adambi. Adambi's, listen, if you're here, check out that link that Adambi's put in the chat, right? That is a link to the last property that we just looked at, right? Or can I, let me see if I can, you know what? Yeah, good. So that is a link to, it's on screen now. That's a link to the last one we just looked at. Can I click on it? Oops, put that and bring it back. Right, so do have a little look at that, all right? Hopefully, I think I've pinned it. I think, right? Do definitely have a look at that link, right? Thanks, Adambi. Doing that kind of homework. All right, so that is that one. So let me drop that one down now, and let's go to our. That was a serious property, man. That was gorgeous. Got to say, all right, that was a winner. Let's face it, man. That was definitely a winner for the money. That was a winner, right? Okay, so let's go to this one, and again, this one is at Lekki, right? This one's at Lekki again. It's a one-bedroom. It says mini flat. Hopefully it will explain what that means. 130 million naira. So let's check out how much 130 million naira is. Right, 130 million naira. How much is that? That's 80, just say, I'll round it up, 82,000 USD. How much pounds is that? 62,000 pound. That is, can you see that? Hopefully you can. That's 62,000 British pounds. And just for, you know, just to, I'm not even going to bother. Anyway, that's the rate of exchange, right? That is the rate of exchange. All right, so basically, you hopefully you can see now, guys, that you're getting a whole heap of property for your money. You're getting a lot of bang for the buck. That's basically what you're getting. Now, remember why we're doing this, guys. We're doing it to help black men in general, black men in particular, to find a life outside of the West, to find quality of life. Quality of life. You could buy an investment, or you could buy a few of these. You can sell your house in the West or remortgage it, get money by any means that you know how. You can be buying these. They're on the seafront. In Lekki, Lagos, Nigeria. We've already gone through how the restaurants and the nightlife and all of those bits and pieces in this area, right? Most of these are off-plan purchases. You pay by installments. This particular one is in a place called Bisola, if I'm pronouncing that right. Forgive me if I'm not. And again, should I risk it? Dara Simi Eti, probably completely pronounced incorrectly, but do forgive me. Do forgive me with that, right? Anyway, right, so this is a gorgeous looking off-plan buy, right? So you can see the building there, right? Unusual design, I think, right? But again, as I said, it's off-plan, rooftop terrace, 2 rooftop terraces, it looks like to me. Right, so they're not going to show again. They're not going to, because it's so new. They should really do some mock-ups of the inside to actually show us, right? But anyway, the name of the company is called Crockstone Development and Investment Limited. Those are the estate agent and or builders. You can see the contact details there. There's a website there. Let's have a quick look, right? I don't think. Don't know what's going on there. Anyway, it doesn't work in that link. They need to sort that link out. Or just Google, maybe, is that going to work? Click on that. Anyway, they've got other properties on this property website. The property website is called, let's get back, it's called Nigeria Property Centre. So hopefully you can see that. And this is some of the other properties this company has. There's loads of great stuff there. We're going to be looking at some of these other properties and other, I mean, I'll be here all day if I look at all these. I mean, there's so many great guys there, right? That would make money, basically. That would make money. But anyway, let's get back to this one, right? Hopefully they're going to show us what they plan to have in it. Are they going to do that? Yes. Right. Okay. So as I said, this is a new build in Lekki, right? So just remember where we've been looking. We are looking in this part of Nigeria, right? So we're looking in Lekki, which is, let's see if this stupid map is going to move over. Got to do something about this map. So the east part of Lagos, which is Lekki here, we're looking, this is the area that I'm interested in, right around there. As far as I'm concerned, this is the party area, right? Basically, it's where I want to be, right? It's as simple as that, right? That's the area that we're looking in, right? I wonder if we're going to get lucky, and I wonder if I copy this, I am wondering if, oh no, that's the area right there, isn't it? You know what, let me just put in this. If I do that, get rid of that. All right, you know what, if I get rid of that as well, if I just do that, hopefully it's going to let us do this now. This chance is going to let us do it. I just want to see if we can actually find the development. Come on, hurry up. Right, well, whistle. I can't whistle, but if I could whistle, I'd whistle now. Right, okay, so let's see if it's going to show us this on the map. Yes. There we go. Bingo, man. Right, okay, so let's just get rid of this just for a minute. Right, so this is where this building is, right? That is where this building is. Oh, sorry, that's where it's going to be built, right? That is where it's going to be built. Let's just drop it there. Because remember, it's an off-plan building, right? So I think that is it going up. I think that is this off-plan being built. Yes. Yeah. You see, you can do that. You see how much you could do online without even going, that is the build, that's it being built there. That is it, right? So they're way broken ground and they're now selling these things, right? So that is it. That is it. That is it. That is it. That is it going up. Is that is the same building, isn't it? That is the same. Just check, right? So yes. Just check that you can actually see. Yeah, good, cool. So this is the building going up. Can you see that phone number? You could take that if you want. That is it. 1-bedroom apartments, 2 beds and 3 beds. Introducing Gazania Park, Periwinkle Estate, Lekki Phase 1. So that is basically it. That's it going up there, man. That is it going up there. Right, quickly check out the area. This is the highway. So let's get back over here. You could do that sometimes, you know. You could just go into the map and literally have a look at somewhere. In fact, you know what? If you don't mind, let me just do that one more time, yeah? And have a little look. Across the road, so those other buildings. I mean, basically, it's an established area on this side. What's that looks like a mixed use. over there. So you can do a lot of looking just from doing this. I mean, I do it all the time, not just in Africa, even in the UK, looking at property. Just go onto Google Map or even Google Earth, any one of them, and you can do that, basically. Yeah, so I do recommend that you literally do that if you're going to be buying property in any other country. Do check that link below that Dangby's brought up as well. But anyway, right, so that is that. So let's get back to this amazing property that we are looking at. So remember what I said, right? Oh, you can see it on screen actually. 1-bedroom mini flat, room and parlor. No idea what I mean by parlor. Sorry guys, no internal photographs at the moment in terms of mock-up photographs. 130 million naira. How much did I say that was? If you remember, that's 62,000 British pounds. USD, that's 82,000 USD. Brilliant Airbnb property, right? In an amazing bit of Lekki. Let's zoom out a little bit. That's where we're looking at. And again, as I said, you got a cinema there. That's an IMAX cinema. And remember this all the crap that we get sold about the African continent, about Nigeria, about Ghana and all. Listen, throw all that in the bin. Throw it all in the bin. That's not what this is all about, man. You've got lovely restaurants. I've been showing them for the whole of this stream. If you look, go back and have a look from the beginning and look at the gorgeous seafront restaurants, hangouts, eateries, all of that sort of stuff. And the prices, right? Cinema, there's places for kids if you've got a family. But guys, right? Check it out. This is just this is basically just showing you what is possible, right? So that's Banana Island over there. If you're not familiar with Banana Island, do your own research. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. This is 1 kilometer, right? So 1 kilometer is about from where we're looking. So that's from this place to about the seafront. That is 1 kilometer. So that's walking distance. This whole area is walking distance. Victoria Island, gorgeous place. All of these beachfront, seafront restaurants, every single one of them. This place here, beautiful, amazing place. I showed you it before. You can see it on screen now, right? All of these places are walking distance, guys. Complete walking distance, yeah? Walking distance. That's what it is. All of these places are walking distance. So for Airbnb, for buy to let, if you want to do that, or just short stays, get it managed by a company on the ground. So all you're collecting is the money via Airbnb into your bank account, effectively. Get yourself a Nigerian bank account, Absa Bank. Get them to deposit all the money in there so the tax man in the US or the UK doesn't see it, right? Just deposit it straight into your African bank account. Simple as that. And I literally mean that. Get it deposited straight into your ABSA, ASBA bank account. ABSA, online bank account. Set that up from the UK. I've got a live stream that I did on my channel about setting up an ABSA bank account from from where you are, anywhere on planet Earth. So this is really what I'm talking about. This is you beginning to relocate yourself, your mind, everything, your life to another country where you're going to get more. You're just going to get more. It's as simple as that. Yeah, that's what this is all about. That's what this is all about, right? Okay, so hopefully that particular property was a good one. Hopefully you found that a good one. I'll give you one last look at that and then we're going to move on. So yeah, cool. So that's that one. All right. So we are now going to move on to another completely amazing property. So hopefully you can see this. Yep, you can. Unfortunately, Adangby writes, unfortunately, a traffic trap. I disagree with you, Adangby, because just remember, we were looking at that from one side, right? From the highway. And remember, that's a gated community. So you would be coming in from another side, not necessarily from the main road. That's the back of the development. Do you get what I mean? That's literally the back of the gated development. The main bit's going to be facing the seafront. And remember, you had a bit of the beach, right? So that's going to be your main view. I think the cheaper apartments are going to be looking out at the main road. Does that make sense? And the more expensive one, like everywhere, are going to give you the sea view. But when we say more expensive, it's still cheap. It's still cheap. Come on, guys, it's still cheap. What are you going to get in your country in the UK for £70,000? You're not going to buy that. You're not going to get that for £70,000 or 90,000 USD. It's not going to happen. Not a money maker, and not somewhere where you can use, right, when you decide to visit the country. But anyway, let's look at this one now. So this is the same area. This is Lekki Phase 1. So it's the same area. It's a 1-bedroom mini flat, room and parlor. No idea what the word. Parlor must mean kitchen, I suppose. 150 million naira. So how much is 150 million naira? 150 million naira is 94,000 USD, and that is 71,000 pound. So for 71,000 pound, 91,000 USD, what do we get for that? Let's come back to this. Right, okay, so, and by the way, the estate agent is a company called CW Real Estate. There's their contact details there. You can visit their website and look at their other properties. They got the floor plans to this one. Nice one. So we'll have a little look at that. And again, this is off plan, right? They've started to build, so they've broken ground, and they're selling these off plan. These are the units. Tiny pictures, not the best, but I think you basically get the idea. Not the best. Why don't they just give us some decent pictures? Anyway, whatever. But again, this is on property website, Nigeria Property Centre, so you can go and have a look at all of these for yourself. You get a swimming pool with this. Fair size units, and again, these units, the floor space pretty much are all the same. These are all 1-bedroom units, I think. But let's just go through it. Let's go through it. Here we go. Look, so this is that's a 2-bed. Hopefully they're going to show us a 1-bed here somewhere, right? So here's the floor spaces, 24 square meters, pretty standard to everything we've been looking at. Toilet, six. Was that 6? I don't know what that means. 6 or 5 square meters. You get 2 toilets. Visitors' toilet, 3 square meters. Listen, a 1-bedroom apartment with 2 toilets is actually quite good. I think that is really, really good. Anyway, we're only really concerned with the 1-beds, so I'm not going to be looking at the 2 beds, but you can see that if that floats your boat. Let's carry on with this. That's another 2-bed. We're interested in the air, like, okay, 1-beds, right? So what are you? Just check that you're seeing what I'm seeing. Yeah, you are. Right, okay, so these are the 1-beds, right? So hopefully you can see this quite clearly. Kitchen, main lounge, bedroom, looks like to be fitted wardrobes, I think. A door into the toilet. There's 2 doors into the toilets. I did say kitchen, didn't I? Kitchen, and it's a shower room. It looks like to me. I can't see, even though the picture's rubbish. That looks like to be a toilet. That looks to be a shower. I think that looks to be a hand basin. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I am. But that's a big toilet. I mean, that's a nice place. And then you've got another 1-bedroom over here. You've got a terrace there, by the way. Oh, you got two terraces. So you've got a terrace here, and then you've got a terrace there. That's a balcony. And here you've got one long terrace, bedroom, fitted units, bathroom, lounge area, kitchen, right? For the money, for that money. How much did we say? We said £71,000 USD. How much was it in USD? That was 95,000 USD if I round it up, right? So what else do you get with this one? Let's have a quick. Apologies for that. Let's go back. All right, what else do you get with this? Let's go back one more. Yeah. So what else do you get? So let's carry on if it's going to let us do that. I've got to close some windows. I don't know if you can see about 1 million open. That's why that happens. Really not good practice. It's this, and this is a MacBook Pro, but I think the MacBook Pro is having problems with the amount of tabs that I have open. I'm not going to close them now. I'm going to keep them open because I've literally got about 100 tabs open, and I mean that literally. Right, okay, so, right, so they're the floor plans. We've looked at all these. Right, gym, looks like, I don't know, what's that, a sauna? Brilliant gym, swimming pool. So there's a lot of pictures about the plans, which is good. What's that? Car park, allocated car park spaces. That's a site plan. Some pictures. I'm sure on their website or somewhere they're going to have a catalogue. But anyway, that's the basic finish. And they're building. That's, you know, they're broken ground and they're well into the actual building phase of this project. That's what the exterior is going to end up looking like. So it's nice. Quite a different design going on there. For the money, this is amazing. You know, for the money, whoops, well, backside. Let's get back to where we were. Right, hopefully you can see this, by the way. For the money, that is amazing. Let me just check again that you can actually view that. Yeah, you can. For the money, this is flipping brilliant, mate. Got to say, look at that. For the money, for what you're going to be earning on Airbnb or somewhere else, some other website. And remember, there's loads of websites that, not just Airbnb, there's booking.com. There's loads of other websites where you can advertise your apartment for short let. Yeah, loads of websites that you can do that. See if there's anything said about this. So Lux Apartments by Adrian Holmes. Lux apartment, 1-bed apartment with swimming pool in Lekki. Welcome to an exquisite blend of elegance and modern living in this luxury 1-bed apartment with swimming pool. These stunning homes are meticulously designed to offer an unparalleled living experience, blended sophistication and functionality. That's all blurb, and it written by ChatGTP. This 1-bed apartment is for those who appreciate style and comfort, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to read all that. I'm not going to read it. I think you get the idea. The ground floor is designed for entertaining with a grand living room that flows effortlessly into dining area and state-of-the-art kitchen, blah, blah, blah. The large well, blah, blah, blah. The apartment is nestled within a gated community that offers top-tier amenities such as 24/7 security, beautifully landscaped gardens, ample parking. The architecture exudes modern luxury with clean lines, expensive glass facades, a blend of contemporary and timeless materials, blah, 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 blah. Features swimming pool, gymnasium, 24/7 power, central security hub, treated water, central concierge, coffee shop, luxury supermarket. It just says etc. Right? So yeah, prime for Airbnb. And for you when you want to be there. Payment plan 50% down up front. Right? So, you know, honestly, you could do a deal with them. But anyway, for this one, 50% upfront, balance spread over 6 months. For more information, pricing, and remember this, right? I forgot to say, with all of these apartments, offer them a deal. If you're going to be paying cash, right? If you're going to be paying cash, and I recommend you pay cash, well, it's up to you. You don't have to. But the bottom line is, do a deal. Even though I said, God, what did I say? Whatever the price of this one is, right? Do a deal. Basically, make them an offer. Don't go in at top price. Buying off plan, do them a deal. You know, ask for a deal, right? And you'd be surprised. They will say yes. Even in the UK, if you're buying property, whatever country you're buying in, right, just make an offer. And it's the same with this. It's the same with these guys, right? There's the contact details, estate agent details. There's their particulars if you want to take any of that down. It's all going to be in the live. You can go back and have a little look. What else? So this one was added the 23rd of August, which was, God, what's the date today? So it was just added last week. Yeah. So yeah, that is a brilliant one. And that is in same area, phase 1 Lekki, right? It doesn't tell us exactly where in Lekki it is, but you know, just to be clear, right, phase 1 Lekki, right, is, come on, move over map. Right, so phase 1 Lekki is, just to zoom in a little bit, and that's back here. Is it over here a little bit? Just make sure that I know where phase 1, it should be around there. No, it's going to be here somewhere, isn't it? So phase 1 should be, normally says, in fact, let me do this real quick, right? Right, so if I tap in phase 1, Lekki, phase 1, here we go. Right, so there we go. Right, so that's phase 1. So basically it's somewhere in that area, right? Somewhere, so basically you've got sea views. If it's in that area, then you've got sea views, phase 1, right? So it's going to be somewhere here, right? So you're going to have sea views there. Bearing in mind, that's just 500, what was that? 1 minute, zoom out a little bit. 200 meters. Yeah, so that's 1 kilometer, right? So yeah, you've got sea views going on there, right? So that's nice. That is another winner. That one is another winner. That's what that is, right? That is a winner, I think. Right, let me just get back to that. Is this the one we were just looking at? Yes, it is. Let me just do that. So yeah, that is a winner. You know, that one is definitely a winner, that is. Another winner. Another winner. So do go and check it out. It's going to be on this live. And again, it's on the property website, Nigeria Property Center. The estate agent on here is CW Real Estate, 150 million Naira, which is, and it's a 1-bedroom apartment, 94,000 USD. And it is for £71,000. Guys, it's a business investment. You can use it when you are in the country. That is ideal. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to go to another one, right? Again, same area, Freedom Way, Lekki, phase 1. Hopefully you can see that on screen. Let me quickly check. Yes, you can. This is Freedom Way. And again, guys, listen, subscribe to the channel. Like the video, share this with your friends. This is about black men migrating, or at least doing business opportunities in other countries. In this case, we're looking at Nigeria. Nigeria, as I'm going to keep saying, often gets terrible press, right? But what we're about here is not listening to the naysayers, not listening to people who are just trying to down the African continent, especially when you've got the Chinese, you've got all these other people, Europeans, that are prepared to go and invest in the places where we hail from. Even, you know, children of the kidnapped people, whether you're in the US, ADOS, African American, FBA, whatever you want to call yourself, whether you're in the Caribbean, you're watching this from the Caribbean, or if you're in somewhere in the UK or France, wherever you are, this is about saying, looking at the opportunities that are available to us. In this case, we're looking at Nigeria in particular. We're looking at Lagos in particular. We're looking at the area of Banana Island, Victoria, Garden City. We're looking at that area of Lekki, phase one. That little small area, that area which is about 1 to 1.5 kilometers square. That's the area that we're looking at, and it's all walking distance, right? So do have a look at the live. Restaurants, we looked at places to play, we looked at the seafront, we looked at all of that, and all of these places that we're looking at have been what, under 75,000 USD so far. Cheap. There's no way are you going to get this quality of off-plan new build. I've not seen it, not at this quality. I've not seen it, not by the seafront. I've not seen it, right? So that is what this is all about. Right, and it's about you doing your own due diligence. Anyway, this is a 1-bedroom apartment, Freedom Way. We'll have a look at where Freedom Way is in a minute in Lekki, but I think you get the idea now as to where it is. Right, so again, this is another off-plan build, I am sure, and I know it's going to have all of the same amenities. But have a look at this, man. This is gorgeous for the money. 105,000 105 million Naira. So how much is that? How much is 105 million Naira? Right, 105 million Naira is £50,000. Now, where the hell are you going to get this quality of apartment for £50,000 by the sea? That is not, it's not possible. Because how much is that? That's 66,000 USD. 66,000 USD. Right? You're not going to get this anywhere. As far as I'm concerned, you're not going to get that anywhere in the States. That's not going to happen, mate. That's not going to happen. You're not going to get it anywhere in the UK. No, not by the sea, you're not. Not in 2024. Right? Not somewhere that looks like this, where the finish is going to look like this. That is not possible. That is not possible. It's not possible where you're going to get a gym, right? Where you're going to get a pool, and where you're going to be able to buy off plan. I mean, the truth is, for that amount of money, 50,000, you can just remortgage one of your properties in the UK or in the States. You could just remortgage something that you've got. You could just go into it, even if you want to do it as a business venture with some of your friends, right? Take out some of your pension if you're of that age and go and do this. Yeah, you can get mortgages, but I'm not. I look at Nigerian mortgages in a later stream. Personally, I wouldn't want to do that. I'd want to buy it cash and make the developer a deal. If it's coming in at £50,000, offer them £40,000 with a view to meeting somewhere between 40 and 50. Right, and then stick it straight onto Airbnb, Booking.com, somewhere like that, and make money out of it. And then when you're ready to relocate to Nigeria, or you could do the same deal in Ghana, in Namibia, in Togo, any one of these countries, Kenya, Uganda, Zambia, Botswana, Mozambique, it's all the same, right? You know, when you're not there, just rent it out, stick it on Airbnb, and make money. Make money anyway. I think you get the idea about the quality of apartment. This is an off-plan, right? But this is the idea. Do your own due diligence. Check out the developer for yourself. And again, these are gated communities, right? So let's have a look, see what you get. Hopefully it's going to be a bit descriptive, but not stupid chat GTP language, right? This is a carefully designed premium, fully furnished and fully finished and furnished premium 1-bed apartment, crafted with sleek designs, blah, 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 blah. With the very high commercial potential of this property and its strategic location, which is in Lekki, right? You can take advantage of the flexible payment option of up to 12 months if you want to do that. It's an off-plan project. They've started the construction, finished and furnished. Bloody hell! So they get you. I wonder if you're getting. maybe they're saying you're getting the furniture with it. If you're getting the furniture with this, right, then that's even better. You don't have to go out and don't have to do anything, right? Anyway, I know some of them give you the furnishes, sorry, the actual furniture. I'm talking about beds, sofas, that kind of thing. If you're getting that with this, then that's even better. It's furnished and finished, spacious living room, bedroom, underground parking, so that's allocated parking. Other facilities within the estate include 24-hour uninterrupted power supply, so that's basically a backup generator. Concierge, so you've got people on the desk, which is great. Again, so obviously that's security, but people, if you're going to be putting this on Airbnb or Booking.com or one of those websites, the idea is they'll simply go and pick the keys up from the concierge. Yeah, no doubt. To be honest, the concierge, the actual company that you're going to pay your service charge to, more often than not, they will offer to manage your apartment for you anyway. They'll probably charge a little bit more money than getting a private company to do it, but that's up to you. Office space for the residents, a laundry, a restaurant, lounge and swimming pool, gymnasium, well manicured green area paid for via your service charge, stealth security, armed and unarmed. Don't know what that means, right? I don't know if they got, anyway, right? Children's playground, central water system, central sewage system, 24-hour surveillance cameras, automated entry and exit, excellent road network and drainage, well-lit street and walkways, water treatment plant, on-site infrastructure, facility management, and basically pay for by your service charge. Enchanting garden, right? So what else is down here? So yeah, this is a good one. The estate agent, I think I said it at the beginning. No, I haven't, not yet. So this is the estate agent is called Bryans and Hammers Limited. You can see their contact details there. Do have a look at that. Take it down if you want, or just run the stream back and have a little look. 105 million naira. I'm going to be really honest, right? These properties are cheaper than Accra, way cheaper, and you're getting more for your money here. You're getting more for your money here. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Accra, but these are cheaper. These are cheaper. These are even cheaper than Kenya. Do go and check the streams that I've done about Kenya. These are cheaper than Kenya. I've not looked at Uganda yet. I will do. But you're getting a lot for your money here, man. You are getting a lot for your money, man. You're getting a lot. You're getting a lot for your money. You are getting a lot for your money. This is an artist impression, but you're getting a lot for your money on that one. That is nice, and it's at all the same area, Freedom Way. I'll tell you what, let's quickly do this, right? Let's see if it's going to let us, if we're going to be able to find it here, right? So if I do this, if I do this, let's see if it's going to Freedom Way. I think that's what it was, right? So here we go. Maybe is it? Yeah, cool. Right, so that's Freedom Way there. Basically, that's so that apartment is on that road somewhere. That's where that is, right? Right down the road from that art gallery. Remember that art gallery we were talking about earlier on? So it's right down the road from that art gallery. It's on that road, right? So I tell you what, let's. Does it give us any more details about where along? It doesn't give us any more details, but let's what I'll do, I'll drop our little man there just to see. It's not going to give us any real details. Anyway, it's going to be along, it's going to be here somewhere. It's going to be along that road somewhere. Right, this is like a main, I don't know what you would call it. It's just a main, big, massive main road, motorway, or a road, or whatever you want to call it. Right, so this is So I think, for me, I think it's all right. I think it's all right, mate. Whatever you do, don't eat Domino's. I don't eat stuff like that personally. I know it's. Listen, you find these junk foodie places all over. I know people love all this in the UK, but I eat that kind of. I don't eat that kind of stuff, man. I don't. It's all healthy eating, mate. But anyway, right. So hopefully that was of use to you. So what I'm going to do, we are going to go to our guys. I'm hoping that you're getting something from this, right? I'm seriously hoping that what you're getting from this is the idea that you can relocate slowly. You can relocate yourself, earn money from your relocation for an outlay that is potentially a lot less that you would have to outlay in your country. Be honest, you're not going to be able to afford anything that looks like this in your, sorry, let me change that. Buying anything like this in your country where you live in the West is going to be for a hell of a lot more money than what we're looking at here, right? And remember, if you're a black guy, it's not just a financial investment or making money financially. This is about you, your brain, your mental state, your peace of mind. This is about your mental well-being. That's what it's all about. This is about you finding the quality of life. This is about you also living within your means. I mean, the average house in the UK, God, what is that now? £250,000 average house, I'm pretty sure, if not more. In London, you're not going to get a house for 250 in that's averaging it out in the whole UK. In London, average 3-bed house is what, £600,000 now in London? Average house right, in London. I think it's probably more than that. £650,000 in London. If you go way up north, it's less. So you're not, forget about buying these apartments in London. An apartment like what we've been looking at in London is going to cost you, like what we've been looking at, is going to cost you, I would say, £500,000 upwards. £500,000 upwards, right? So, and you're not going to, anyway, right? So hopefully you can see this one on screen. Is another gorgeous apartment. This is another gorgeous apartment, right? So let's quickly do the numbers and run through this, right? So this one again is at Lekki Phase 1 on an estate called Periwinkle Estate. We were just looking at that. I'm sure we were just looking at, maybe that's on my imagination. I'll put it into Google Maps in a minute, but it's a 1-bedroom mini flat, room and parlor for sale, 130 million naira. So let's have a look at how much that adds up to. So that's 130 million naira. Whoops. Right. So 130 million naira is 82. I'm rounding it up. 82,000 USD. How much pounds is that? That is 62,000 pounds. 62,000 pounds. Right. That's 130 million naira. Right, so what do you get for the money? Again, guys, this is an off-plan. Forgive me, there's only 3 images, right? So you're getting that. They got to sort this out. When you only get a few images, you just think, bloody hell, man. But guys, you've seen the quality of the other ones. It's going to be the same quality. The estate agent is called 173 Digital Realtors. Might be an American company, I don't know. Because it's only Americans that use this term there. We say estate agents. Americans and maybe some other countries say I can't even pronounce the word. I think you get what I mean anyway. Anyway, right, so that's the name of the company. 1-bedroom apartment. Maybe they're going to tell us what this off-plan gives us. So this is a 16-story multi-apartment building in the exclusive Periwinkle Estate, Lekki Phase 1. The ground floor serves as the concierge office reception, drivers lounge and visitors parking. First, second, third floor are residents parking spaces, while the fourth floor is the recreational floor, swimming pool, gym, restaurant, spa, and salon, mini mart, cinema, conference room. So again, I've got to be honest with you, right? Nigerians, man. Nigerians don't do anything by halves. If you've ever been to a Nigerian wedding, all right, they're big. Nigerians don't do anything by halves. And look at what you're getting for the money. For the money. Look at what you're getting for the money. So can you see what we're getting at here? This is perfect for Airbnb. It's perfect for short lets, short stay. Booking.com, any one of those short stay booking websites, get a company to manage it. Maybe these guys will manage it. The actual people that you pay your service charge to will probably manage it. It's a business. And as long as you can remortgage your house, get a little bit of money out, lend a bit of money, maybe do something with your family members, your brothers, your friends. Be careful about the friends, right? Be careful about the family too. Right? Remortgage, you can take out some money out your pension, buy something like this, do your own personal due diligence, take no one's word for it, trust no one. Look what you can have. Look what you can be making money out of. Look at what you get for the money. I mean, honestly, I'm learning with you guys, because even though I picked all these properties to show you guys tonight, I didn't really read the detail. I didn't. I knew they were going to be brilliant, but I didn't read this. First, second, third floors are residents parking spaces, while the fourth floor is the recreational floor, swimming pool, gym, restaurant, spa, and salon, mini mart, cinema, and conference room. I've never ever, it's only in Nigeria, right, that I've seen that in an apartment building. You might have seen it. I've never seen that. I've never seen it. And that's what you'd be offering anyone that booked your Airbnb. Are you with me? The residency starts from the fifth floor. Don't know what that means. You can make a 20%, which is 14 million naira initial deposit, and spread the balance over 36 months. So as far as I'm concerned, this is brilliant. So how much was this? So this building is going for, what did we say? 130 million naira. You start off by paying that. So how much is 14 million naira? Guys, you can do the sums if you want. Whoops, am I showing the wrong? No, I'm sure. Oh, bloody, I've been showing the wrong thing all along. Apologies. This is when you're getting excited. Apologies for that. Adangbi, I blame you. You should have said, mate. So I'm showing the wrong thing all along, you know. Look, okay, so property description. This is a 16-floor multi-apartment building in an exclusive Periwinkle Estate, Lekki Phase 1. The ground floor serves as a concierge, reception, drivers lounge, visitors parking. First, second, third floors are residents parking spaces, while the fourth floor is recreational floor, swimming pool, gym, restaurant, spa. I'm reading that, by the way. Salon, mini mart, cinema, conference room. The residencies start from the fifth floor. I don't know what's the difference there, but oh yeah, as a recreational floor is the fourth, and your apartment where you're going to be buying starts at the fifth and goes up. So you can do an initial 20% deposit, which is 14 million naira. Do the sums in your head yourself. I'm going to do it on here because my maths are rubbish. So 14 million. So 14 million is, so listen, so for £6,600, which is 8,000, just say 9,000 USD, that would be your first deposit, and then you'd spread it over 3 years, right? So this is basically a new build, right? So basically, guys, this is easy to buy. Now, you may want to buy somewhere, you may want something before 3 years. Personally, I think is fine. It will just check the developers track record, and I mean that, check every developer's track record, meaning check to see what they've built before. Check it, go online, have a look, do your research, and do your research. That's for you to do. Preferably travel to Nigeria. Online research is great. Do all of the online research you can yourself, but travel to the country and have a boots on the ground proper look, right? Don't listen to the naysayers that say, oh, be careful, don't buy there. No, because you got other people, you got the Chinese, you got the Europeans that go there and they're buying the place up. You know what I mean? So it can't be that everybody else sees value, right, in Africa, and we African descendants are the only ones that don't see the value. How the hell does that make sense, man? That doesn't make sense. But anyway, let me not start to preach. Right, so you can make a 20% deposit. Other units available in the building are 2 beds, 3 beds, and 4 beds. And again, do go and look at those. That's not what I'm focusing on. But if you want to focus, I mean, let's face it, it's cheap, isn't it? If you want to look at a 2-bed, a 3-bed, or 4-bed, entirely your choice. Let me just make sure that you're looking at what I'm looking at, rather than just be getting completely excited and not paying attention. Yeah, brilliant. So you can see it says there, kindly called Kenny. I'm assuming that's the estate agent. This came on, so this was added the last year. This was added a while ago. Last updated early last month, right? So they're well on. These guys broke ground almost a year and a half ago, right? So it'd be interesting to see what's still available. It says market status available, basically, but I'm going to make an assumption that you could still buy in this building, right? If you want to, right? I think they just need to put some more pictures up, man. I don't think it's good enough just to have 3 flipping pictures up. They need to do a mock-up of the internal fixtures and fittings. I think these developers sometimes underestimate how much mock-up, and we know they're mock-up pictures, but it gives you an idea, obviously, of what the internal fixtures and fittings are going to end up looking like. But nonetheless, this is going to be a brilliant apartment, right? It's going to be a brilliant apartment, right? So Periwinkle Estate. So what I'm going to do very quickly, let's see if we're going to get lucky, right? If we do this, right? Let's see if we're going to get lucky if I type in Periwinkle, hopefully I've spelt that right, Periwinkle, what was it? Estate. It says, yeah, is that right? Periwinkle. Let's see if I've got that right. Right, yeah. Is it there somewhere? Sometimes you get lucky and the actual plan comes up, but it did not come up that time. I think we've already looked at Freedom Way as a road. I just wanted to get a looks at, I mean, to be honest, right? If you get your little man from there, drop it. Are you actually looking at this? Let me just check. If you get yeah, you are. If you get your little man and you drop it on the road and you literally walk yourself down the road, it's not that long a road. Is that Freedom Way up there? Yeah, cool. So Freedom Way is not that long a road. If you walk down this road, you will see this development. You will see it, right? But I can't be bothered. But you do it, right? And you will see that development. And you'll be able to look out, so you'll be able to look at the thing to see, I mean, I know Google Map is not necessarily up to date, but you'll be surprised. At least you'll be able to get an idea of what it looks like. I mean, if I drop it, I mean, I've done it already in this stream, but if I drop it on the road, right, it's not going to give you we're not going to get lucky, and I'm not going to walk down the road, but you can do it. You feel free to do your homework, which you should do. And the easiest way to start doing homework with this is simply just with Google Map. It's easy, right? I'm doing it with you now, right? So, I mean, you can see the roads are basically clean. It's a nice place, basically, in a nice area, right? It's a nice place in a nice, decent area. That is what you're buying into, all right? Okay, right. So that was that one. 130 million naira. Beautiful one-bedroom off-plan apartment. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to go to the last one. I'm not sure about this last one, but let's have a quick look. Guys, listen, if I've given you value for money, right, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, tell your friends, explain that basically the channel's about black men relocating from the West slowly to, in this case, Nigeria, but we've also looked at Kenya in the past. We've looked at Ghana, and we're going to be looking at a load of other African countries, right? Don't believe the hype around all of the negative aspects that people like to spew out about the African continent, about, it could be any country. Don't believe the hype. Not everybody in Nigeria is looking to scam you or nothing like that. It's a big country, lots of opportunity, young population, massive potential, and it's beginning to do this, right? And, you know, investment-wise, ideally, you want to get in round about there. Does that make sense? It's as simple as that. You don't have to give up your apartment, your house, whatever you've got in the West. What I'm saying is that if you're looking to relocate, if you're looking for a lifelong relationship, someone you can actually count on to actually remain married, right? Then you got to start looking out the country, man. You got to start looking out your bit of the West and start to. There's no better place, in my opinion, than the African continent. But anyway, look, let's look at this one. So hopefully you can actually see that. This is our last one that we're going to be looking at. Okay, so, right, so again, this particular apartment, hopefully, guys, this is all making sense and you're getting some value out of this. So this one is for 110 million naira. So how much is 100? And it's it's a one-bedroom apartment in Lekki, phase one, that little area, around about 1.5 kilometers square, right? So this is for 110 million naira. Let's have a quick look to see how much that is in USD and pounds. So 110 million naira. So that's cheap. So that's 70,000. That's 70,000 USD. This is just a regular a regular currency conversion website. You can see the rate of exchange going on there, right? Let me just check something. I want to see the rate of exchange with pounds. What is it? Pound to dollar. So, right. Okay. So that's the rate of exchange, pound to dollar, right? Actually, let me do this. Let me just get rid of all that. So if I just type in £1, so for £1, what do we get? So for £1, I can buy $1.32. Right. Anyway, sorry to segue. I just wanted to see what that was. Let me just get back to naira. Right. Okay. Naira. Right. Okay. And let me up into the millions. All right. So what was that anyway? Was that get all the noughts there? Right. So how much was that last property? So I think it was 110, wasn't it? Let me just get back to there. So that was 110 million naira. Okay, so for 110 million naira, all right, and get back over there, 110 million naira, right? So that is 70,000 USD. So this property here, and come back to it, this property is 110 million naira in Lekki, one-bedroom flat. It's got a swimming pool, decent, and I think this one's already been built. Decent looking living room, bedroom. I'm assuming that's the bathroom, ensuite through there. Simple shower room, but it's nice. You know, you can see the fixtures and fittings going on there, even though the picture's not brilliant. It's decent, right? That is a decent place. Now, remember what you're paying for it, yeah? And remember, the idea is to stick it out on Airbnb. Decent kitchen. Right, I think the sink could be bigger, but it's got a washing machine, it's got a microwave, it's got a fridge. Normally with these, you know, these things would just stay. No one's going to come and take these things out, even though it's not fitted washing machine or fitted microwave or fitted fridge. I don't think anyone's going to be removing those goods, or you could negotiate. I don't really like the exterior of this building. I mean, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't like it. I think they should sort it out and fix it up personally. But you know what? It's a brick built building, right? This looks like to be more of an established building that's been up for quite a while. But you know what? There's nothing wrong with it. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. So what are you getting for the money? So it's Lekki Phase 1. So we've looked at the area already. So you know where Lekki Phase 1 is or should do by now. Right. For those of you that have literally just joined the stream, Lekki Phase 1 is this area here. Right. Lekki Phase 1 is there. So if I type in Phase 1, Phase 1 Lekki. This is for the benefit of people that have just joined the stream. So that is Lekki Phase 1. That is it, right? You can see it there, Lekki Phase 1. See it there? See it there? So that is Lekki Phase 1. Earlier, we looked at that property. Remember that? So all of these properties are in this little area, pretty much. Although we've seen a few on the coast. Let's have a look at that restaurant. Oh, we looked at that one. Right, and you've got all these gorgeous little eateries and restaurants pretty much quite close by. I don't know what that's a shopping mall, some sort of shopping mall, Circle Mall. Again, very short distances. We looked at something there, did we? Royal Beach, Lekki Beach. So all of these we looked at a property there. Don't know what that's all about. Palm Shopping, that's another shopping mall. What's that? Beach. That's the amazing Banana Island, right? We're gonna have to do something there as well, Banana Island. But yeah, anyway, Lekki Phase 1. So it's this area here, right? Let's get back to it. Let's get back to this. Share that. Cool. Right. So let me just check that you can actually see it, that we're on the right page. Yes, we are. Right. So yeah, man. So this is what you get. Let's have a little bit of a read. Did I show you all the pictures? I think I did, didn't I? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really keen on this. Right. Now remember, this is about Airbnb and renting the place out. I mean, you can still do it. I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with it. It's still rent. So what do you get for your money, for that amount of money there? 110 million naira. You get area, a restaurant, which is pretty good, a concierge, swimming pool, CCTV, marble walls. So just to be clear, that concierge means it's completely secure. People cannot enter the building. They've got to come into the concierge, speak to the people on the desk first. They would pick up their Airbnb keys from the concierge, and then they would go to their room, your one-bed apartment. That's the way it works. Works like that in Ghana, works like that all over the African continent, works like that in the UK. That's it. Although in the UK, to be honest with you, most of the time there is no concierge unless you're going to central London, right? Unless you're in, Waterloo, literal central London. Swimming pool, CCTV, marble walls, 24-hour security, 24-hour electricity. So there's a backup generator, inbuilt speaker. Don't know what that means. Private cinema. Again, remember that other apartment that we looked at that had a private cinema? And a gymnasium. Selling without furniture, right? That goes to show that a lot of these apartments sell with the furniture, right? They're making it clear, selling without furniture. No doubt you could do a deal with them and just say, listen, give me that apartment, I will give you this amount of money for the furniture. That they will do that. They will do the deal. These guys are keen to do deals and do business. Simple as that. And they will manage the Airbnb for you. They'll manage it for you. Right? Okay, so it's a 2 park. Why are they even giving you 2 park space? Why do you even need 2 park spaces? But anyway, with this, you're getting 2 park spaces, 1 toilet. Bearing in mind, some of the other apartments that we've been looking at give you 2 toilets, one for, call it a guest toilet, and 1 toilet would be an en-suite, or 1 bathroom would be, the bathroom would be a suite and the toilet would be for guests. And remember, that's for a 1-bed apartment. So that's that one, right? And I think it's okay. I think the pictures could be better, but I think it's all right. I don't think it's as good as the others that we've looked at, but I think it's okay. I think it's nicely done. But those of the other ones that we looked at, I think were a lot nicer. But that's good. And again, the property website is Nigeria Property Centre. The estate agent is Harry Holmes Real Estates Limited. Their contact details are there. Guys, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Hit the bell so you get notifications when I go live. And guys, this is really for anyone in general, but definitely for Black men that are looking for a better quality of life, peace of mind, where you're having less microaggressions aimed at you. You're not being gaslit at work. Anyone who wants to start their own business, people that work remotely, people that have got 2 pennies to rub together, or have got some sort of mortgage, pension money that they want to put to good use. If you want to remortgage your house where you live and you want to invest it somewhere, if you're looking to relocate to a country that's sunny and hot all year round, guys, as far as I'm concerned, don't let anyone tell you that Nigeria is not an option. It is. Nigeria, as far as I'm concerned, is definitely an option. Definitely an option. Definitely an option. Oh, boy. Right. Okay. So I'm going to quickly read the chat. And then Mia, you're new here. Thank you for joining us. I do not think that brown building is in Lekki. It said so. It said so. Let's have a little look. I don't want to get it wrong. But yeah, it says Lekki Phase 1, Lekki, Lagos. That's what it says. That's what it says. That is what it says. It might not be, but I don't know. I don't think they would lie. That wouldn't make any sense. I mean, it says it is. It says it is. It's probably just an established building. It's probably just been there for ages. Do you know what I mean? It's probably just been there for ages. Adangbi, washer and dryer. Well, that one said it came without the furniture. Let's have a look. I think it would come. Well, it said it came without furniture, but I don't think anyone's going to waste their time moving a microwave, a fridge, and a washing machine out of a house. I don't think you're going to get the sofa. I don't think you're going to get any of this stuff. Well, you can see how small this place is, right? That's the apartment, that's the living room, and then that's the kitchen round to that side, right? But I don't think you're going to get the sofas, the table. Don't think you're going to get whatever that is. Well, unless that's built in at the back. But this is built in. These are built-in units, so that's gonna. Well, you might not get that stuff. I'm not going to get the picture on the wall. Probably not going to get the curtains, but you may not get the fridge. But listen. Sometimes, right? And again, you could do a deal with this. If you simply gave them an extra £500, an extra £1,000. They're gonna leave all that stuff in there. No one is gonna waste their time. If all of this furniture is in there, no one's going to waste their time. As long as you make them a little bit of an offer, no one's going to waste their time and move all this stuff out. Trust me. How do I know? Because I've done it. I had one apartment that I bought in 1994 in South London in a place called Wandsworth, right? I sold that flat I sold it in 2013 or something like that. So I made good money off that apartment. And me, like an idiot, and I say idiot because you learn the hard way, they did say, can we make you an offer on, I had 2 great big tall floor to ceiling IKEA wardrobes. I had 2 of them. I had a washing machine, fridge, and it's a good washing machine. It's a Bosch washing machine, right? I had a cooker, really nice standalone cooker, and a Bosch fridge freezer. They said, and I had a lovely mirrored bathroom unit. They said to me, the buyer said, through the estate agent, said, the buyer wants to make you an offer on the wardrobes and the kitchen appliances, blah, blah, blah. I think they offered something like £500. And I said, it's worth more than that. I want more money. Now they didn't want to offer no more money. So I thought, right, I'm taking it. So I took the washing machine, took the fridge, took everything. is the worst decision, right? Because by the time I still got the wardrobes, right? But by the time I got 2 removal men. By the time we took it all out, got it in the back of the van, got it to another house, right? The washing machine, the top of the washing machine had come off. I think the one of the tall IKEA wardrobes, the glass door had cracked, right? The stuff was mash up. That's the point, man. So if you make these people an offer, they will normally leave the furniture in there because to hire somebody to take all this stuff out, it's just hassle. What they really, if they say it's not included, what they're basically saying is, make me an offer. That's basically what they're saying. That's what they're saying. I know that's what they're saying. And you can make them an offer for all of it. Why? Listen, it's got a bed in there and all of this stuff, right? It's got the sideboard in there. It's got the pictures up. Just make them an offer on all this stuff. Just give them an extra £1,000 so you don't have to waste time, especially if it's going to be a buy to let, especially if it's just going to be on Airbnb. Just make them an offer and let them just leave all this stuff in there. TV, make them just leave everything in there. And as soon as you get the keys, right, put it straight onto Airbnb, booking.com, whatever, and start making money out of the place. And when you want to be in Lekki, when you want to be in Nigeria, you've got somewhere to stay. And you could use this as a jumping off point for looking at other investments. You could use this as a jumping off point for starting to organize the other part of your moving strategy. It could be to set up a restaurant, could be to set up some other type of business. It could be anything. But this could be a jumping off point for other things other avenues that you want to explore for you to make a living, you to set up yourself in Nigeria, in Lekki, in that part of Lagos, basically, which is the money-making belt. That's basically what it is, right? That's what it is. So we've looked at a lot of relocation avenues and opportunities here. We've looked at a lot of, as far as I'm concerned, for me, and again, I want to say this, guys, I am exploring all of these avenues with you, right? As I'm showing you all these, what I'm doing, ideas are churning over in my mind, because as I said at the top of this stream, I've never looked at Nigeria. All I've listened to, as I said at the very top of this stream, was negative press, right, via the UK media about Nigeria, negative press coming directly from Nigerians that live in the UK about their own country, or at least their parents' country, because you've got a whole heap of Nigerians that were born and brought up in London, in the UK. Don't get me wrong. I've had 2 or 3 people say great things about Nigeria as well. I've got one friend whose his business is investment management. So what he does, he puts together investment portfolios for Nigerians, basically. So he travels to and from Nigeria all the time. Right. So I remember I had one conversation with him and he just said to me, King. And he just went, there's wealth in Nigeria. You have to go. That's all he said to me. He didn't elaborate at all. And his wife is Ugandan, right? Say no more about that. But he had positive things to say about Nigeria. And I know one other woman who travels backwards and forwards regularly. But yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Nigeria is a young population. They've got the highest, as a country, they've got the highest number of Black professional people on the African continent and in any Western country. Go to the US, all the doctors pretty much are from Nigeria per head of population group, if that makes sense. Definitely the same in the UK, right? And yeah, so, so guys, what we have to start doing is talking up the places where we come from, where we were born, or at least where our families, where our parents hail from. Or at least we have to reserve judgment until we travel there, right? Until we travel there. We have to do that, We can't be saying just negative thing after negative thing if we've never been. You know, that doesn't make any sense, man. That doesn't make any sense. Right, okay. So, and I had that coming up there for a long time. That was a property that Adangby found for us, right? I'm assuming Adangby that was the catalog for that particular property. Let's read some of these comments and then I'm going to let you guys go. So, Cox Cash, it says, Andrew, have you ever bought a property in Africa or Nigeria? No, I'm looking now. I'm looking with you. I'm looking with you guys, man. I am literally looking with you. Lekki, Victoria Island are traffic traps. I do not think that Brown. I can't go back that far in the chat. But moving shelving, you might as well toss it. Falls apart in transit. Yeah, absolutely. That's with reference saying about me moving. So you learn the hard way, innit? If you're going to sell an apartment, just sell it with everything in it, man. Just move out some stuff, but things like fridges, freezers, and all that, don't move it. Just make them a deal, man. Just say, listen, I want to leave all this stuff in it. Give us an extra £500 USD, whatever, and make them just offer them a deal. Don't move it. Don't move them big, heavy wardrobes and fridges and freezers and all that. Trust me, it ain't worth it. Adangby writes, new channel idea for you, African real estate connections. You could get sponsors. Yeah, absolutely. I thought about that, bro. I thought about it. Anan Mia, if I'm not pronouncing your name right, please forgive me. They have to invite their experience. Not sure what you mean by that. If you mean that somebody has to invite you to Nigeria, I'm not sure if you need that. When you travel to Ghana, I'm not sure that you even need it, to be honest. But the first time we went, there was something around something around needing an invitation letter. But to be honest, I don't think you need it. I think that's just nonsense. I don't think you need that, because I've had friends go to Ghana and Nigeria and they say, nah, that's just, you don't need anybody to invite you out. You're just a holiday maker, like any other holiday maker. So I absolutely don't think you need that. Right, guys, subscribe to the channel if you've gotten this far. If you're listening and you've not subscribed, subscribe definitely. Hit the bell. Listen, Carl Koch says, thank you for the topic. No problem. This is the direction of the channel anyway. So guys, make sure that you do hit the bell. Hopefully you got something from that. I'm going to bid you good night. Sayonara. I don't know what good night is in Yoruba. I need to learn these things, right? And me and the wife were taking tree lessons. I think, wifey, what we have to do is add some Yoruba lessons to this as well. Guys, catch me on the next one, right? Always good to see Cox Cash. Right, always good to see what's happening in our home countries. Absolutely, man. That's what this is all about, you know. And to get rid of this program Western mindset that says we can't, it's not safe to go where we come from, where our forefathers come from. That doesn't make sense. That does not make sense. So we're not having that. We're not having that. And that's not a slight on any other country or place. But we're meant to like where we come from. You should look at Caribbean countries too, Trinidad, Jamaica. No, definitely I will. So I'll definitely plan to look at Jamaica, simply because, one, I know Jamaica, and two, I recently heard that they've found oil off the coast of Jamaica, right? So if that's true, and I think it is, I will look at that investment opportunity too. But I kind of think there's going to be some crazy investment opportunities happening in Jamaica and the rest of the Caribbean going forward. I think there's going to, I mean, there has been anyway for the last 10 years. The property market in the Caribbean and Jamaica has been steadily going up. But I kind of think now, I saw one video, and sometimes these things can be hype, right? Sometimes it can be completely hype, can be hyped up. But there's one video that I saw that said that the title of the video was Jamaica the Dubai of the Caribbean, right? Now, some of these things is hype. I get it. Sometimes it's just a catchy video title to get you to click, and we all do that. But you know, I've looked at a few streams, and that one that I looked at about finding oil off the coast of Jamaica, I sent it to my brother who lives in. He doesn't live in Jamaica anymore. Him and his wife, they live in Maryland, or however they pronounce it, just outside DC. And I want to see what he thinks about that, because he's the guy that he knows. You know, his head is, even though he lives in Maryland, his brain is still in Jamaica, right? So I want to see what he thinks about it, because if it's true, then that's crazy. If they've found oil off the coast of Jamaica, that's mad. Adangby writes, Guyana is going to be filthy rich. I think that whole Caribbean basin, right? I think there's going to be crazy stuff happening there over the next few years as well. I think if indeed the area is oil rich, if that's true, can you imagine? That's a serious thing. That is serious, man. That's no joke. Adambi writes, Chinese might grab Jamaica. I kind of don't think so. What they might do a deal with the Jamaican government to drill it. They might do that. They're going to be, because I don't think, anyway, the deals are going to be done, right? And let's just hope, let's keep these fingers crossed, let's pray, right? Might have to go into some fasting and prayer that the Jamaican government and other Caribbean governments have gotten a nous to make the oil work for Jamaicans, for Trinis, for Guyanese, for all of the other islands. Can you imagine? That's crazy. That's just completely crazy, man. You know, that is crazy. You know, we've got a bit of family land in Jamaica still that we're not doing anything with, right? I'm kind of thinking, rah, just imagine if we've got oil on that piece of land. It just gets your brain, you know. You know that old program called Dallas? You probably don't remember Dallas. Adangby, I don't know how old you are, Adangby, but there was a program called Dallas, an American program about the Ewings, right? And I just thought, bloody, just imagine if we've got oil on our little piece of land in Jamaica, right? And, you know, I just thought, we've got to go over there and do some drilling. You never know with this stuff. I'm not even kidding. I'm laughing, but I seriously got thinking, just imagine if we've got oil on that piece of land. And it's a good few, I think it's about 6 acres of family land that we got in Jamaica. I'm not doing anything with it. Seriously. Who is Adambi writes, oh yeah, who shot JR? So anyway, go on Google Dallas for yourself. Right, guys, I'm going to get out of here, man. Guys, it's been great. It's been good as usual. I am going to do a stream, if not tomorrow night, but the night after. We're going to stay on the same topic, man. We're going to stay on property in Nigeria. I think we've got to stay on it. Same area. We're gonna look at some more properties. Either that, I've got one other topic about Nigeria that I think we need to look at. I think you're gonna love it. I'm not gonna tell you now, but guys, it's been great. It's been good. Spread the word about the channel. Subscribe to it and like the video, guys. Adambi, who else? Cox Cash, Anan Maya. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing your name correctly. And everybody else who was with us today, thank you very much. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Take it easy. Take it easy.